I don't know why I didn't just, like, open this up. Hello. Hi. I'm very excited. I'm so excited. But yeah, no, apparently I'm not a part of the server anymore. It must have been in the purge I did a couple months ago. On the accident. So I need to get back into it. Currently, I am posting linky links. I really hope that's in the right spot. It looks like it is. Hi, Goober. Goober has been very talkative since we came home. He did not think that we needed to have been gone. He saw no reason as to why we couldn't just stay home with him. Ah! The child tried to steal my headphone. Hello, are you gonna lay down there? What's up, baby boy? Hi. I know you missed us. I know. And then mommy left. I know. We're just like the worst. It's a bunny! Hi, Friska! It is a bunny. How have you been? It's been a while since I've seen you. Ah! Hello, Goose? What? Hey. You're fine. He was nowhere near you. He was trying to get to me. You're okay. You're okay. Hi. He was trying to get up to me, and I really hope he didn't fuck up the chair. Oh, please. Frisk is fine. Okay. I am also well, thank you. Yeah! I am excited to get back into this. We're playing Scarlet Hollow, and I am so stoked. So fucking stoked. Thank you. I appreciate you. You're the bestest. I am low-key kind of terrified to see what happens. I need the recap desperately because I don't remember what happened. I myself put Hollow Knight recently. Ooh, Hollow Knight. Yes, there is trigger warnings potentially for gore, self-harm, anything suicidally. There's a whole bunch of shit. So we're playing some Scarlet Hollow. I think I said Hollow Knight. We're playing Scarlet Hollow. I'm emotionally not ready for this. So, for those of you who have not ever seen this before, yes, thank you. Appreciate you so much, honestly. I need to send one message out. I'm gonna have to change the volume level once we get in here. Game. Okay, we're gonna take that off, and we're gonna use... Oh, hello, I moved my overlay. That's not what we're doing. We're using this. And we're gonna hope that this captures. Please? Your mouse. Perfect. I'm turning this down. Controls. Volume. Preferences? Oh my god. I am doing well. I'm doing much better. I didn't do great for a while there. I took kind of a break off. It's okay, it happens. But I'm doing better. Come back to streaming, the middle of last month. And now we're here. But... Oh, I can't hear it? Okay. Give me 2 seconds. Pulling up my hair. But I'm doing better. There was just, like, a lot going on in my life, and I started a new job, and I didn't know how to, exist, per se, if that makes sense. Just turn the game capture up a little bit, and then turn that down for me. Okay. If the volume needs to be fixed throughout the game, let me know. I am doing better, though. I just kind of, like, burned myself out because I didn't really know how to do, like, I wanted to keep streaming, but I also wanted to keep I wanted to obviously do my new job, and I was just trying to, like, figure out a flow, and I wasn't really figuring it out, and even though, like, I had figured it out, like, I really didn't figure it out, if that makes sense. Like, I thought I had it figured, and then all of a sudden one day I was like, I think I want to, like, throw myself off a bridge. Not literally, but, like, I just felt very overwhelmed, and, like, I was like, I feel like if I could just escape for a bit, that would help a lot. And I was like, you know what? With my job that I have, that's not great. And I needed to have the job because we needed the income, and that was a consistent income. So I was like, streaming's gonna take a break. And in the meantime, it worked out anyways because I don't have her up today because I haven't been home for like 3 days. I'm physically tired because I've been sleeping on an air mattress for 2 nights. But Pixie got Bunny's new model and a bunch of emotes done. So it worked out in the end because we were able to push a whole bunch forward. I'm gonna see if I can resize this window a little bit to, like, give more of the game. I think that's about as small as I can get it without black windowing it. Hopefully that's good. So just a lot happened. But yeah, so I'm gonna run through these content warnings. I know Pixie pinned it. Pixie is an amazing mod. But I'm gonna run through these content warnings real quick. Just because. Thank you for stopping in. I appreciate you so much. I hope you kick off the video. Thank you. I hope I get somewhere here. Okay. Thank you for stopping in, Frisk. Okay. So, episode 5, for those of you who are new, who don't know anything about this game is an indie horror game. It is made by the same people who made Slay the Princess. It started out as they were just doing Scarlet Hollow. They stopped doing Scarlet Hollow. I think episode 2 they stopped it. They started making Slay the Princess. Markiplier played Slay the Princess. They blew up and exploded. And they were able to come back and finish off of Scarlet Hollow. Too many Hollows have come out recently, okay? So, with that being said, trigger warnings in general, just like your standard, dark, horror, indie, game, visual novels. But also, with this specific episode, there's implied childbirth, implied child death, realistic gore, murder, psychosis, major character death, cool. Police violence, gun violence, body horror, implantation, parasites, gaslighting, emotional manipulation, abuse, betrayal, loss of bodily autonomy. Please tell me that was on the one before. It was. Okay, cool. Loss of mental autonomy, dubious consent, unwanted sexual advances, suicide, parental abuse, and child neglect. They are very heavy topics. If the day is not a good day, please take care of yourself. Go get a drink of water. Go take care of yourself. And, this one, as I'm then started to do it, all my VODs are now starting to get hit up to YouTube after stream. So please, if you need to, go take care of yourself. This is not the stream for you. It's okay. I understand. Thank you for stopping by. I will let you take care of yourself versus make anything harder for you. And it'll be up on YouTube for you to watch later. And with that being said, I remember very little, but I remember a lot. I remember that I somehow accidentally romanced both the son and the mom. Mainly we were talking about that in the server yesterday, but also just in general, it was an accident. And everything else. So I'm gonna start with this recap because I want to dive the fuck in. I know technically I have 2 minutes until start time, but it's okay. We're diving the fuck into this. That's all I have to say. I have my monster. I'm sat. I had Wendy's like an hour ago. I am here for it. I also have pretzels if need be. That is true. There is a journal. I will check that out. I need to make sure I load the right one. I think that's the right one. Yes. Okay, so this should be the right one then. This is the end of episode 4. Episode 5 finally awaits. I just want everyone to know. Pixie suggested I played this game a year ago in March. March, I think it's the 25th. No, March, like, 5th or something like that. I was looking back at some stuff. And Pixie suggested it as, like, a whim, being like, oh, this would be really cool to play on stream. Fun fact, it is the reason that I continued streaming. Because it took me, like, 5 streams to finish to get through all the episodes. I think I cut episode 1 in half, because I was like, oh, this is a lot longer than I thought it was gonna be. And so it's kind of bittersweet. The reason that I continued streaming is the game that I play very quickly coming back to streaming. Almost a year later. And I've been dying for this. There was originally a release date of December, the end of the year. And then, or it was supposed to be Q4, so the last 3 months of 25. And then they were like, we're thinking December. And then the beginning of December came and they were like, Christmas. And then, like, week before Christmas came and they were like, actually, middle of January. And then January 1st hit and they were like, okay, so February. And then the middle of January came and they were like, February. So it was a lot of like, we're gonna get there, and then push back, and then push back, and push back, which I understand. It is all hand-drawn, hand-edited. This has been one of all the early access games I have looked at on Steam. This is one of the most in-depth, like, putting out updates. Like, I would trust, if they told me that the world was gonna end tomorrow, I would trust them more than Paralives coming out. Just saying. Just saying. I have more trust in this team than I do in Paralives, which has been saying they've been coming out for the last, like, oh god, 5 years they've been saying it's gonna come out. And it truly is. I have another playthrough that I started, and I may continue it. I may do that one on stream for days that I'm like, I feel like playing something. So, with that being said, I need to plug in my controller, because I do remember that I found it a lot easier to play with my controller than I did with my mouse and keyboard, because I was able to, like, relax, like, sit back and not less than relax, but, like, actually enjoy the game for what it is. So, without further ado, it is 2:01. I shit-talked my way through, and here we are. This is the end of episode 4. Episode 5 finally awaits. If you'd like to continue with this world slate, please save your game now. I loaded a saved game, actually. Continue. Would you like to see a recap before starting episode 5? Yes. Please give full recap. The funeral of Pearl and Scarlet, your cousin's mother and your aunt, seemed like something you shouldn't ignore, even considering your own late mother's rocky relationship with this side of the family. Welcome to our family's humble estate. Is it voice acting? Or is it just occasionally? Voice volume. I think it's just occasionally it's on. I don't think it's a setting I turned off. Okay, we're gonna go with it's not a setting I turned off. Okay, I didn't think so, but then it said voices volume, so I was like, wait a second. But I think it's the, in quotation, voices volume. Ambiance voices. Welcome to our family's humble estate. Unfortunately, due to the current state of the house, only a few rooms will be safely accessible during your stay. I would audition for that. I would do it. I would do it for free. Like, know your worth and shit, but I would do it for free. Hi. I'd do it for free. I would pay for voice acting lessons and do it for free. That is how much I love this game. I would be like, I will pay to train my voice to what you want, and you don't have to pay me at all. I volunteer as tribute. I wouldn't go wandering anywhere else if you value your limbs. The floors have been known to give out. It's gonna take me a minute to get back into these voices. Well, not voices, but like the tones of the conversations. As the lock falls, the doors moan open, revealing the entrance to what must have been an incredibly lavish ballroom. Faintly in the distance, you hear quiet notes of an old piano playing from another room. Ah! I hit B, not A. Hee hee hee. So what do you say? Want to tag along? Hold the camera for me while I narrate against a darkening sky. That sort of thing. To pug. Y'all eat those words when I come crying, carrying a mountain lion corpse out of these woods at dawn. Oh, Duke. Oh, Duke, Duke, Duke. A single deer remains behind, staring down a beam of Stella's flashlight while Gretchen whines and pulls at her harness. Hydrate or dihydrate. Hi, Ray! I am back home. I'm very happy to be home. The cats are very happy I'm home. Goose is at my feet. Valeris is behind me. It's good to be home. Duke grapples with the thing as it grabs his shotgun, pushing the barrel out of the way as it grasps for Birdie with oddly jointed limbs, while Stella stares at the shocked silence as if paused, watching as the other creature attempts to wrestle Gretchen into the darkness. Her desperate cries going unheeded. You dive for Gretchen, attempting to snatch her away from the thing's mishappened hands. These things don't creep me out. You manage to grab her, but the creature isn't deterred. It rears back on its hind legs, its mouth opening, whispered tones sliding out alongside something sharp and unnatural. But then there's a deafening blast of Duke's shotgun, and suddenly, it is gone. Oh my god. Oh my god. What do we do? Welcome home. I'm going to bed. I'll see you tomorrow. But listen, you better stay out of trouble today. I want you home by sunset. I don't want to hear complaints. Just do what I ask, and we don't have any problems. Tabitha takes a few steps towards the door. Oh my god, hold up 1 second. This is a wife calling. Be back. Hello, I'm back. Sorry. Had to deal with a card information issue. I have an old card and there was a bill trying to be paid. Oh, perfect though, because an ad's running. I apologize. I'm so sorry. Ooh, excuse me. But I'm back. Alright. Tabitha takes a few steps towards the door. Oh, might help if I click in on the game. Sunset. Before you get a chance to decide whether or not to answer, it opens. Oh, I'm so sorry. I hope I didn't scare you. My name is Sybil. I'm a family friend. Just thought I'd stop by to check in on you. Again, that's not the right voice I use. She's an old lady. You and the old hippie make way back to the kitchen. She gives you one of Tabitha's few mugs as a thorough rinse before pouring you steaming tea from her thermos. Just don't make yourself a burden, alright? I have a lot to do today. Oh, are we talking about a certain young man who may or may not have caught the boss eye? That Sam Wayne fellow, wasn't it? Whatever. If anyone asks, we never talked, got it? I don't want to disappear, too. I am the only person in this town who truly cares about your safety. Don't forget that. Even if it's already too late to stop what's going to happen. I forgot you stayed home to clean the bathroom instead of socializing in the beginning of episode 2. That bathroom was disgusting. 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 It was so gross. Whatever you're looking for, you're barking up the wrong tree. Just go someplace else before Tabitha once again trails off. But both she and Stella have noticed the girl in the dark braid and glasses sneaking along the ridge. It's Rosalind. She's headed up the hill. She went in. Sorry. She went in? Does Stella have no sense of self-preservation? Excuse me. My dad says our house is haunted. But she's interrupted by a pair of thunderous knocks. 3 of them are gone. There's something in the darkness before you that's much louder, though you don't hear it, but you feel it in your chest, like a deep growl of a predator. What do you think you're doing? Get away from there! Your cousin dives towards you, but not before the light of your phone illuminates the chamber. Bunny? Bunny, are you okay? Wait. Becca and Alexis are still down there. You can't just leave them here. I know which way we're going. They'll listen to you this time, I promise. The 3 of you manage to squeeze to the entrance, just as the walls of the mine come crashing down. Tabitha doesn't say a word as the car cuts along the darkened road. There's 2 of them now. I made friends with possums. As you get ready to leave, Janie approaches from the far side of the kitchen. Tabitha remains between the 2 of you, impatiently tapping her foot. Oh, Bunny, before you go, I heard about what happened last night. I mean, I heard about it before Miss Tabitha mentioned it just now, and then I heard it again. I just wanted to say that I'm so sorry you got caught up in that. I'll be praying for those poor kids. I can't imagine how scared they must be. This is hot and something. I'll look when I get through this, because I don't think... I guess... Wait, can I pull it up? Hot and street smart. Hot and street smart. Of course. Bunny, if you'd like to keep Miles company, Tabitha and I will be just a moment. Oh, excuse me? Wait, you're Bunny, aren't you? My name's Bo. I'm Duke's boy. It's a pleasure to meet you. Miss Forsyth called me on the phone and told me you saw what happened to my daddy. Thought you weren't gonna show. I put 2 and 2 together. I know you're related to the boss, and the other guys are all riled up. They're taking action. They're talking action. Oh, I did this fucked up thing. If they saw me out here with you, they'd think I was some kind of scab. But none of them will listen to me. Especially now. I apologize because there's so much talking. There's gonna be burping and yawning because I just am having Saturdays or some days times really gassy days after surgery and my meds and things. So I apologize in advance. Gotta get a burp counter, apparently. And sometimes when I talk more, it just makes it worse. Excuse me. It'd already be up in the double digits by now. Oh. I'm gonna grab a water instead of this Red Bull. I'm gonna do this Monster and see if that helps. Give me 2 seconds. Now you listen here. I needed caffeine this morning. I went to bed at 3:30 because I couldn't sleep on the fucking air mattress. And woke up at 9. Okay. I don't think I went to bed at 3:30. I think I was posted at 4. So I only had like 5 hours of sleep. It is. I make fun of it myself. Fox saw this morning when we got in the car to come home. She saw my monster and she was like, "You've streamed today?" And I said, "Yeah." She goes, "You've a visual novel stream today?" And I said, "Yeah." And she goes, So it's a visual burping novel stream? And I was just like, I hate you. I love you, but I hate you. It was great. So. Alright. Here you go. Let's give this another try. I hard drank some water. But none of them will listen to me, especially now. They've all got bigger things to worry about than a single missing minor. Oh, it might help again if I click on the game. I haven't forgot about him, though. Anything you want to know? Just ask. He's a dog! The mayor is a dog. You can tell this dog is the mayor from his little sash and his fancy top hat. There's a regal air about him, almost as if he knows the position of authority he's been elected to. Before you can catch up with your companions, you're intercepted by a nervous man with a cross around his neck. Whoever it is, you can feel his desperation to make a good first impression. It's a self-sustained and self-fulfilling prophecy. Sounds like old Gretchen and the mayor may have had unresolved issues, wouldn't you say? I'm Pastor Daniel. I take it you're Bunny. Everyone's been buzzing about you. I'm so sorry about your aunt, but I'm sure she's in a better place now. If you'd like to discuss your beliefs, my door is always open. No. The basement is what you might expect of a tortured artist who spends all his time confined to his studio. Discarded canvases line its edges, while trash and sketches leak out from their piles in the corners of the room, hiding the bare cement floor. Ghoulish faces coat the walls in paint, staring out at their creator. There's so many signs I wish I had noticed before. Anyway, make yourselves comfortable. You'll have to forgive the mess. I've been distracted lately. Haven't been cleaning much. Dinner is already laid out. Dinner roll, spaghetti, and a light salad. Stella is nervously talkative, and Reese is suddenly quiet and tense, his shoulders tight as his mother perches on the chair next to him. Dr. Kelly eyes all of you with sharp, fierce gaze. So, we were talking about maybe watching a movie sometime this week while Bunny is still in town? We'll have to see how you're feeling. I can handle a movie, Doc. Yeah. I was gonna say. There should have been... Yeah, wasn't it, I can't ever say her name right. Kanika? Is that intentional? Or is that a miss? Okay. Yeah, well, just sit downstairs in the dark. Okay. Reese is used to that. I'm sure he'll be okay. You're always overestimating how much you're able to do, Reese. This is why you keep getting sick. If I get sick, so what? It's like I'm never going to change. I'm sick every day. I'm not getting better. I don't want to spend my last few miserable years of my life holed up in the basement alone, just because seeing my friends has been deemed too strenuous. I'm an adult, for God's sake. I can't believe I have to ask you for permission from my mom just to have friends over. Reese stops mid-sentence, wincing in pain, and wrapping his arms around him. Don't say things like that. I'm doing everything I can to try and fix... Silence as Dr. Kelly's eyes shoots open. Reese? Reese abruptly pulls himself away from the table and leaves. She's missing from every memory. Did we imagine her this whole time? Okay. Hey, you're here sooner than I expected. Hope dinner went okay. I'm sorry. That was read in the wrong tone. Oscar is not mad. Oscar startles as the door swings open. Seems I made it just in time to get the show on the road. I don't have all night. Whoa. This is where I've seen it. It appears on top of the stain. Stella pulls back the carpet, revealing a hatch on the floor. Around it, stained in reddish brown. I'm going for it. Wait, do you hear music? Movement stirs as the figure cloaked in the shadows rises to attention. Stella? There you are. I would have found you sooner, but the resonant clearly doesn't want me here. Doesn't seem to have the same issue with these miserable little parasites. Bottom fevers always manage to slip through the cracks, don't they? The sins of the father are to be laid upon the children. Bullshit! I hope I didn't come too late. It wants something, doesn't it? I think you know which of you should volunteer. You must be joking. You take a step towards the light. Sybil is right here. Please don't do this. You wordlessly step into the spotlight. I'm so sorry, Bunny. I don't think I can talk right now. I'll call you, okay? She hurries off down the road. Before I go, Sybil places a hand on your arm, holding you back for a moment. I'm sure you have questions after everything you just saw, and about what's happened to you, but let's not get into it here. I think everyone could use a little rest and relaxation now, yourself included. I'll swing by the tea room sometime, if you swing by the tea room sometime tomorrow. Say, early afternoon, you and I can have a little chat. I'll see you then, Bunny. Yes, I am old now. I look very old. You don't even notice yourself entering the guest room and falling into bed. Suddenly, you're just there, a buried under your family's musty covers. Yup. 50-year-old woman now. You open your eyes. It's a new day, and you feel like shit. You check your messages. There's nothing from Stella. Let me get this right. You're trying to report a missing pumpkin? Big Betty wasn't just a pumpkin, Sheriff Huggabee, sir. She was gonna be my prize winner. Raising her was the last thing me and my daddy did together. She's important to me. Are you sure it was Julius and not some enterprising bear that got a hold of it? Y'all know Julius thinks that land belongs to him. Probably thought Big Betty was his too. He ain't coming to his door, so for all I know, he might be all the way to State Fair by now with our pumpkin. Ain't there something y'all can do about it? Listen, kid. You're only a year or so into this gig. Trust me. The longer it goes, the more it sucks the life out of you. At first, you're just unhappy, but then you think you can weather it till you find something better. A paycheck's a paycheck. I get it. But the next thing you know, you've lost years of your life to a company that doesn't give a solitary shit about you. That uses up every free second it can. Suck out of its what? That uses up every free second it can suck out of its workers and pays us just enough to survive. But not so much that we can ever save enough to get the hell out. Zax, we could get fired for this. I really need a paycheck. My sister needs the paycheck. I'm the only reason she can afford her tuition right now. I can't get fired. Take the tea, sipping it delicately. The citrus smell is fleeting, quickly replaced with the earthiness at its core. You've taken a mouthful of dirt. But the aftertaste combines the two flavors in something soothing and medicinal, and you find yourself feeling more comfortable, your muscles relaxing for the first time in days. Now, on to business. Sybil takes the cup from you, staring thoroughly down at the sludge. Oh dear, this doesn't bode well. You've got just about every warning that can fit in the bottom of a cup, cross, kettle, hourglass. All of these mean death, misery, difficulty, and the hourglass ties it all together with definite urgency. It's fair to assume that this all has to do with whatever brought the ditchlings. Something is coming, and whether any of us can stop it, I'm not sure. But we may, at the very least, be able to figure out what it is. And there's a central figure here. A cat. An enemy lurking in plain sight. This is wild. I had no idea any of this was here. An entire hospital ring rotting away for decades behind some flimsy drywall? His voice sounds distant. Your sole focus is finding it. Your feet move without prompting, and you stumble down the hallway towards the far wall, barely registering the antique clutter as you stagger past it. Whoa, you okay? You don't respond, and you don't bother to retrieve the axe. The wall is rotten. Water damage has been eating away from the wood for over the course of unknowable years. The planks nearly reduced to sawdust. You tear into it. Enemies upstairs, enemies outside. We're surrounded. Even if I get out of this house, I won't be safe. You won't be safe. As Reese tears his clothes, paint bubbles out of the canvases, his ghoulish figures peeling themselves out of their two-dimensional world and invading yours, crawling up the walls. Grab my hand. I'll pull you out. Leave us alone. Dr. Kelly opens the door. The two of you stare into the hallway. Terrifying. Is this what you were so afraid of? Hand over the tranquilizers. This is our shot. This is where I fucked up, okay? My whole thing with this was if there was a chance for me to take a save for street smarts or hot, I was taking it. That was how I was running this whole playthrough. That's how I got as weirdly fucked up as I did. If street smarts or hot were an option, they were the automatic option, unless I really thought that they were strange. You step forward, Reese stares you down, a pained sadness creeping onto his unnaturally stretched face. I'm not a monster. You sit on the log beside Stella. Bunny, that ghost really did a number on you. You close your eyes, your exhausted body succumbing to sleep almost immediately. As you drift off, you think of Reese out in the woods somewhere, truly free for the first time in his life. And then you think of nothing. It's time to continue your journey. Wake up. A lonely piano refrain echoes through your head as you sleep. It feels like it goes on forever, clumsy and uncertain of itself, stopping and starting at random. Okay, before I actually continue this, I want to look through here real quick. So, I'm just going to go run through these real quick. I believe we should be on Friday. So, Monday we offered boiled peanuts to the stranger. Was offered boiled peanuts from the stranger. I have a deadly peanut allergy. I found a possum living in my dresser. I snuck into the forbidden wing of the estate. Went cryptid hunting. Witnessed Duke die in the woods. Went straight home after the encounter in the woods. Met Wayne. Well, who we know now as Wayne. Returned to the estate. On Tuesday, I woke up in the guest room, checked the dresser possum, found a sticky boot print in the garden. A stickly boot print. Decided to stay home and clean, and then was accompanied by Sybil to the mines, after she brought me some tea. I met Sybil and learned about the ditchlings. I chased after Stella and a bunch of delinquents with Tabitha, and then, Becca and Alexis got left behind in the collapse. I forgot this was all one episode, by the way. Wednesday, we found the second possum, making a little possum family. I took a shower, finally. Met Janie, the pastor's wife, who cleans the estate once a week. And by cleans, it's not really cleans. It's more like makes it semi-livable and focuses mainly on the kitchen. The bathroom that we cleaned hadn't been cleaned in months. Becca and Alexis are still buried. We went on an errand with Tabitha. Sybil is definitely... It is. It is true. It is hard to clean a centuries-old estate that's fallen off. It is true. I'm not doubting her. I'm just saying she mainly focuses on the kitchen. She doesn't really clean the whole estate. It's mainly that kitchen, I think, and then a little bit of the front entryway. I'm not 100% sure. Met Beau, the Duke's enormous son. Met Duke's enormous son. We went to talk to Isaac, a concerned miner, and learned about the brewing strike. He thinks that, something happened to Wayne and suspects foul play. I dipped on Tabitha to hang out in Kanika's van. Kanika is missing from that. Also. So it's not just the memories she's missing from. She's missing from the books also. Okay. I warned about... the book is my memory, so I'm forgetting her somehow. Some reason. Warned Tabitha about the strike, family comes first. I wasn't really thinking that, like I said, I made that decision. I wasn't really thinking besides, my cousin hates me and I want to be on her good side. I don't support telling people about strikes. I support having the strike and it going well. Going in favor of the strikers. I just wanted to try to mend that relationship and it didn't work. So, it didn't matter in the long run. I met the mayor, the dog, met the pastor, had dinner at Reese's, invited Tabitha ghost hunting, sacrificed unknown amount of years, about 50 now, like we talked about, and made plans to talk about tea. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Thursday, Stella's missing, checked her house, visit Oscar in the library, explored the cellar hidden under Rosalina's room, visit the diner, visit police, counted another stone. Oh, so the whole thing with Reese was that he realized his mother was poisoning him and transformed into a monster. I threw myself between Reese and his mom, and managed to get him to abandon his bloodthirsty quest for revenge. In my brain, at the time, I thought that I was becoming a monster fucker, which was, kind of a goal. But, not really. However, in turn, I did both? Or, like, I made another option a little after that, and I also was romancing the mom? I don't know. I ended up romancing both of them. And then Stella finally opened up her parents. Her parents died in a car accident, which is why she hates cars. There's more to that. I don't remember all of it, but I do remember her parents died in a car accident. She was there. Yeah, I at least flirted with his mom. And that was never the goal. The goal was only to become a monster fucker, if there was a goal there. So, a lonely piano refrain echoes through your head as you sleep. It feels like it goes on forever, clumsy and uncertain of itself, stopping and starting at random. But as your dreams start to fade, you realize the music is following you to the waking world, continuing even as your mind resolidifies and banishes the last remnants of your dream. Ha! The possums! When it finally stops, you are startled by the sudden silence. You're awake now, cold and uncomfortable, your muscles stiff and achy, your head still clouded with sleep. You realize there's a concerning lack of blanket and mattress. There is nothing beneath you but hardwood and floorboards, dusty, uneven. There's also weight in your chest and claws digging gently into your skin. Your heart skips a beat. You're greeted by two beady eyes staring down at you and twitching nose of the possum that lives in your drawer. The other one is crouched in the corner, eyeing you warily. You're not in your room. Stand up and get your bearings. You stagger to your feet, disoriented and exhausted, your limbs heavy and swimming. You stumble slightly, swaying as you try to keep balance in the oddly tilted room. The possum clinging to your shirt with its tiny claws, holding on for dear life. You must be in the Forbidden Wing. You know it was him, Wayne. He wanted you to check out the Forbidden Wing, so he made sure you wouldn't have a chance to get sidetracked. The small possum finally moves, and it certainly makes its way down the length of your clothes, and is afraid you might notice it if it moves too quickly. It hastens to find solid ground, scurrying to the larger possum in the corner, and the two stare at you, not quite afraid, but clearly more wary now that you've risen to your full human height. Maybe they're watching over you as you slept, or maybe they're hoping you might be lunch. Either way, you're both going to go your separate ways. I have a question, and I doubt this is spoilery. If it is, then obviously don't answer it. Does the actions I took, did no matter what we do we wake up here, or did my actions lead me here? Like, does episode 5, no matter what, start with you in the Forbidden Wing? I am curious. These are two doors in the out of the Baron room. One is a normal doorway. Okay, so there is at least one way that it doesn't start this way, which is understandable. Like, this game is very much like you said earlier. It's so dense when what's playing through. It is so massively packed with shit in, like, a good way. Like, shit in a good way. It's so massively packed full of content that one playthrough is 15%. I've already seen massively different things from the one playthrough I have, where I was trying to get to Kanika. Okay, fair enough. There are two doors out in the Baron room. One is a normal doorway leading into what you assume to be the hallway. The other is a door that must have once been hidden through a ruined state of wallpaper has robbed it of its secrecy. Ooh. I want to go through the hidden door. Oh, also, for those of you who are new, who've seen me play Baldur's Gate, I save scum the fuck out of Baldur's Gate. I do not save scum the fuck out of this unless Pixie tells me to save scum. Then I do save scum. Because I want it to be as generic as possible. However, through the original playthrough of this game, I did tell Pixie, hey, if there is a point of, like, you think I should save scum, please tell me. I won't think anything of it besides the fact of, like, oh, maybe I could go a different path here. That's it. And that's the whole game. The whole game is every choice is a different choice. It's just one is, like, there's major arcing choices in the game. So, I don't typically save scum. But unless I'm told by Pixie or Miles to save scum. There doesn't seem to be a clear way to open it besides the brass circle where a handle should be. You didn't bring your screwdriver into bed with you last night, and even if you did, you worried about damaging the ancient mechanism. Hopefully you can either find the handle or another way deeper in the Forbidden Wing. Look through the hole where the handle used to be. You lean forward, peering from the narrow opening on what lies behind the door. It's your room. Which means you're able to slip back into the safety of the rest of the house if you could just manage to find the handle. You've always believed in working smarter, not harder. The estate is massive. There's gotta be a better way out of the Forbidden Wing than this. And maybe while you're looking, you'll catch a lucky break and stumble across the key. Yeah, just continue deeper. You make your way carefully across the slanted room and deeper into the forbidden room. Before you is a long hallway. Dust dances in the weak sunlight, beaming in through cracked glass. A tinge of mildew stings your nose, warning you away, though there's nowhere else to run to now. An ornate entryway, its door long gone, breaks the monotony of the faded wallpaper, and the staircase looms at the far end. Explore the ornate hallway. Doorway. You make your way to the darkened doorway in the middle of the corridor. It seems like some kind of entertainment room, the sort you'd expect to have fancy rich people who wanted to show off. The stench of mildew is strong here. You're already weak in lungs, aching from the strain of breathing in such toxic air. You see why Tabitha didn't want you exploring these rooms. There's a large painting on the far wall in the room. From the distance, it looks like it might be depict the town. Examining the painting. The painting highlights a number of old buildings and locales, many of which you've already visited. The town hall, the estate, the mines, the clinic, still called a hospital at the time of this painting, and there are some places you have yet to see. The church, as well as the historical Callaway / Termaine homesteads. I will say for this part of the episode where you're exploring, you can pretty much every explore option, I think. Feel free to look around as much as you want. Okay, cool. This is why Pixie plays the game. Well, that and because I don't want to spoil Pixie things. Things are Pixie. So this is why Pixie plays it, and then Pixie goes, okay, you're good to play. And then I play. Because I need help sometimes. I have decision paralysis sometimes. So, Pixie plays. There are certain games, like Slay the Princess, that Pixie plays as much as possible. And then Pixie will be like, alright, we're good. I can help. I can assist. The faded prawns plaque beneath reads, in commemoration of Enoch Scarlet, head of the Scarlet Hollow Landmark Revitalization Project. Let the past never be forgotten. Ignore it and leave this room. Cool. Okay. Follow the footsteps. Follow the path laid out in dust. It takes you up a flight of stairs, the way down blocked by debris, and you find yourself on the third floor of the estate for the first time. There are more footprints leading all the way down the hallway to the furthest door. I want to approach the window. You carefully approach the window at the far end of the hall. That sure is a cliff. There's nothing below the window but the tops of the distant trees. The ground having crumbled away, the only thing stopping you from plummeting to death is the straining foundation that is still somehow holding this place together. At least for now. Try to move boxes from in front of the nearest door. You do your best to the boxes out of the way. They feel packed full of lead. You particularly hear your shoulders and hips creaking and straining with effort. But try as you might, you can only budge them about an inch. Then they seem to cement themselves in place, and you find yourself grasping for breath after another few desperate pushes. At least you know the handle can't be in there. No one has been in that room for some time. It's not worth straining. Enter the middle... Because you're old. Lol, I am old. I am old. Enter the middle room. I did this to myself. This place clearly was once a nursery, though no child has been here in a long, long time. Explore the bookshelf. The top shelf is occupied by antique picture books, Dick and Jane, books of nursery rhymes, ancient editions of grim fairy tales. The lower shelves are full of educational material, from children's encyclopedias to writing practice workbooks. From a sheer number of learning-orientated books on the shelf, you get the impression that the child who lived here were not supposed to be interested in fun and fiction, as they were in dictation and spelling. Your family may have been wealthy, but maybe not in joy. Read a few of the practice books. You leaf through the practice books gently and turn the near crumbling pages. Reasons Mommy should take me and Maribel to the zoo. 1. We have been very good girls, and I have not cried for a whole week. 2. Maribel says elephants are so big, and I would like to see one. 1, 3, Oh, I would like to see 1. 3. I think it would be very fun and mommy would have a good time. All are signed with a carefully scrawled signature of Alexandra Scott. Flip through the rest of the books. Your eyes then focus as the many practice sentences and later letter copying pages flash by, but something in the back of the book gives you pause. In the section that starts with the prompt, Today I, Alexandria continues with, talked to the boy in the wall. I'm done. Goodbye. You head back to the hallway. Follow the trail to the newest room. You continue following the trail of footprints, approaching the furthest room down the hall. The door is certainly meant to be hidden, but it's been left open. Someone left it open. For you. The room is starkling empty, save for a rug and a few candelabras. The lack of dusty old boxes and rotting antiques marked it as distinct from the rest of the cluttered, forgotten spaces you've explored. Continue through the door. You continue towards the door on the far side of the room. Oh! You exited the short hallway. There are stairs here, leading back down to the lower floors. But there's also another door. It's hanging ajar, with many locks and deadbolts along the edge, glimmering in the weak morning. I love that you see something and comfy immediately. Fuck off. Lord be damned. It's a fine choice. It's just very different from how I play. I also didn't have another option. It was just, goodbye. And I was like, okay. But nope. Boy in the wall. Okay. I'm also a scaredy cat. That's why I picked street smarts. Because it meant I thought picking street smarts would force me to pick the more adventurous. No, I mean, maybe, but it didn't let me. It only gave me one option, so maybe I had to pick those first. And maybe that was, like, one of the options that, like, I had to go. But no, I picked street smarts because I'm very much, you know me, I don't watch horror films. I break people's hands. And so street smarts was, like, my way of, like, pushing past my comfort zone and making me pick things that I don't want to pick. This whole game is honestly pushing me slightly past my comfort zone. Because I almost break hands during horror films. I almost break hands. I broke... I literally, I think it was, like, The Conjuring we were watching. Or Annabelle. Something. One of those. I think those are the same movie. I'm now saying that, realizing I think it was the same movie. But it was some very, like, horror-esque, creepy-esque, movie, and, I was at a friend of mine in high school's house, and the first one, okay, so it was Annabelle. I was at Alien's house, and, their cousin was like, oh, are you, like, not a scary movie person? I was like, no, not really, and he was like, okay, well, you can, like, grab my arm if you need to. I, like, broke his hand almost. Like, at the end of the movie, his hand was, like, literally bruised. Was not broken, was not injured, but it was very red and slightly purple in some spots from where I had, like, dug my hand into his. I felt very bad for him. And then we proceeded to watch all 3 Paranormal Activities, me and Alien did, at my dad's grandma's house, and I hid under the blanket for all of them. All of them. I hid under the blanket. I, like, watched parts of it, and then I'd be like, nope, under a blanket, and that's Paranormal Activity. That wasn't even real. Like, it's all fake. It's all literally fake, and you know it's fake. And I hid under a blanket. However, I will say I have gotten slightly better. I have watched the, what are the shows, the movies? Not Final Destination. The one where, like, Saw. I think, Saw 10. I watched that. That was good. And then I watched, the last Michael Myers movie. And I fell asleep during that. So, I've gotten better. Still not great. I have gotten better. I have found that I like psychological thrillers more. And psychological horror than I do, like, horror. Like, Happy Death Day? Good movie. It's hanging ajar, the many locks and deadbolts along its edge glimmering in the weak morning light. Its door frame itself is gouged and splintered, evidence that some desperate creature tried to save itself from the room beyond, time and time again. I feel as if this has something to do with what Reese says. Enter! You step forward. Okay, you know what this is actually giving me vibes of? This is giving me Slay the Princess vibes. That's a princess. That's a princess. That's what I have to say. That's a princess. This was a prison cell. Everything about this place reeked with neglected humanity. The walls are covered in scratches, legible words mixed in with nonsense of desperate clawing. The one window, set high in the room, far wall, is fitted with thick pane of glass, as if the iron bars just behind it wouldn't be enough to hold the imprisoned. You can't help but notice the doll from your closet sits watching you from the bed, one eyelid drooping. It adds an extra layer of menace to the already deeply unsettling room. Property of Alexandra. Your eyes are drawn to the massive, almost letters, dug as deep into the brick wall as this cell's prisoner could have managed. Highlighted with whatever pigments were available. And then, one final detail grabs you. A metallic glint from the filthy bare mattress. A doorknob. This is what you've been looking for. Was it left here for you? Take the handle. As you take it, a sound wraps around you. Music. The tinkling of piano keys, played by a clumsy hand. They echo up a narrow staircase at the end of the hall. Follow the music. You come this far. Clearly you're meant to go a little further. The stairs take you to what you have assumed was once servants' quarters. A network of cramped passageways hidden away behind the expansive rooms of the estate, without as much of a window for illumination. But you persist, and descend deeper into the bowels of the Scarlet Estate. The echoing piano, your only company. Soon enough, you see light again, the sun creeping through the edges of the nearly hidden door. You're at the end of another long corridor. Its high ceilings and tall windows are almost disorientating as you step out of the cramped, gloomy stairwell. The music echoes mournfully into the vast space, a chorus of wind adding a melancholic, listen. Melancholic. Whatever, I give up. Harmony as it whips in from the overgrown courtyard outside. You found your way to the first floor, which means you must be close to the ballroom from your first day. But you've yet to confront your guide. Finish what you started and find the piano player. The musician plays as you move cautiously through the dark. The slope is now so dramatic, it feels like you're walking downhill. Jagged remains of the floorboards jutting out like splintered trees. The flow of notes finally stops as you reach the open doorway to what was once a music room. Wayne stands from the bench and the battered grand piano turning to face you. So now you've seen it, Bunny. I just got an achievement called Angel of Music. Answer his call. That's good. I like that. He makes his way down the tilted floor towards you. A breeze passes by him, carrying with a smile from the wound of his body. I hope you enjoyed the show. He stops just a few paces away, and I trust you understand the implications of everything you've seen. If you aren't careful, and you put your faith in the wrong people, things could go very, very wrong for you. Talk. What's with the dramatics? Isn't this all a little theatrical? There were things you needed to see. I doubt you would have been interested in a private guided tour, not when I'm the one who would have been giving it. And once I helped you find what you needed to find, I wanted you to choose to come to me, to know you were truly open to a conversation. You're not going to tell me everything, are you? If you know what's going on here, then out with it. Is there a hot option? Just kind of. There is a flirt option. There's so many options. Okay, Pixie. Is this where is this the save scum? Where if I do one of these street smart options, I don't have the option to flirt with him? Pixie, I have no idea. Okay. Empty slot. Perfect. Alright, so we're gonna go with the street smart option, because that's like the one I actually want the street smart option, but I do want to flirt with him, but I want the street smart one. Oh, that's so true. Okay, so if you know what's going on here, then out with it. You're still not telling me everything, are you? Hey, actually, this is different than when I think we played last time. I think last time it was an actual hand. I think they updated the cursor. I just realized it's a hand with a bone. It's a pointer finger that's been broken off. I think it was just like a normal hand last time. Actually, I think it was just a normal pointer last time. Do you want to be somebody else's puppet? Ooh. What else did they change? Am I just not noticing those things besides that? Were they just, like, were the other things technically subtle? Wait. No. I think these were down here before. I feel like this is bigger. The text is bigger. And I feel like these used to be, like, here. It used to be setting, save, and book were in the corner. And they were squares, not... But they were like little box squares. Versus icons. Okay. I was looking at that and I was like, that looks different. But I was like, maybe it's just me. I can guide you where you need to be. But it's up to you to open your eyes. The witch holds some of the final pieces. Find her, pry them from her hands, and then everything should start falling into place. You've no idea what he could be talking about, unless you're already starting to forget about her. Memory is a disloyal thing, isn't it? Physical, easily manipulated. But something's been missing from your head, and doesn't mean it's gone from the world. I know who you're talking about! Okay, can I flirt still? I can still flirt still. Okay, we're gonna do all these explore options. We're gonna save again over here. Because eventually one of these flirt options is gonna, like, these explore options was potentially going to cut me off. What was with the doll in that room? She liked it, so I liked it too. It was nice to see it again after so many years. Did you need to carry me off in my sleep? A moment of weakness. I was impatient. And what now? Are you planning on keeping me here? I only hoped we could talk. I won't force you to stay. Okay, so those ones allowed me to come back, and I still have the flirt option. Listen, I'm a monster fucker, and I want to explore all options. I told Pixie when we started playing this game, I said, I will romance, because you can romance, there's not like one set romance path in this game. I will flirt with everyone I can flirt with. I will flirt with everyone. My goal is to flirt with every person I can, and I've already failed that in some places. Because, like, the characters don't exist, or, the option to flirt with them is too far gone. With the exception of my cousin, obviously. I won't flirt with her. I would like to repair that relationship, but I will not flirt with her. I'm not Alabama. I'm not in Alabama. Or in the South. I guess it's not, is it Alabama? Sweet home Alabama. It is. Sweet home Alabama. How do I know you're the right person to trust? If you're still asking questions like that, I know there's nothing I can say that will convince you. But I will keep looking out for you. Whether you trust me or not. Who lived in that last room? I'm gonna save again. This is where the save comes into this game. You literally just save after every single option. Wayne cocked his head almost playfully. I did. I figured it was him. But I thought there was, like... no cover dancing. Perfect. I'm very glad they have that option. Not that, like... I don't know. I don't condone that. Like, I don't... But, like... It's also fiction, and, like... It'd be funny... I want to say it this way. It would be funny if the option was there, and, like, her response was a very tabby response of, like... What the fuck? Like, you know, like, that kind of thing, where it was just, like, they came back at you. That's where I'm going with that. Where they, like, schooled you and were like, this is not okay. Kind of thing. Would be the only way that I'd be like, whatever. Yeah, I'm stopping there. We're done. I'd be in that room a long, long time. Though my being free is meaningless in the grand scheme of things, the town itself isn't enough for a prison that I might as well still be stuck behind that door. I slid back a little bit in my chair. Is my mic still good? It looks like it's reading just fine. Okay. If it starts to get too quiet and you can't hear me, let me know and I'll move my mic forward. I just slid back my knee up because these games are long. Like, the stream is already an hour and 12 minutes, but I know I took time to, like, take a small break to get water and then take that phone call. And then on top of that, the recap. But they're just long-ass games. I think the first game took me... I think the first episode took me 4 hours to complete. I was stopping every time I had an ad, though. Before I realized I probably shouldn't do that. Does Tabitha know about all of this? Of course. Why do you think she invited you here? No, I see what you're doing. You're trying to make me doubt her. It won't work. She didn't know me then. It was different. We've bonded. Oh my god, but she's my cousin. I love her. She wouldn't. Oh, that absolute bitch! I'm just gonna remain silent, because I don't want to call her bitch. She is kind of a bitch, though. But again, I want to... I mean, I could be... You know what? Oh, that absolute bitch. Indeed she is. And hopefully one who won't get the chance to cause any more undue suffering. Ooh. What do you mean the town is a prison? Save. Save scum. Hell yeah. Okay, what do you mean the town is a prison? I can't leave. No one really can. As it stands now, Scarlet Hollow doesn't like letting go of its prisoners. They may be able to cross the town line, but not without paying a price. That can be changed, though. It wasn't always this way, and it was never meant to be. We can put an end to it. We need to call someone about this. The police, or the National Guard, or somebody. Trust me when I say they won't be able to help. The forces at work in Scarlet Hollow run deep. There is no one person they can arrest. No group of people they can blame or do away with. It is beyond the realm of flesh. But I know how to fix everything. I know how to keep you safe for as long as you live. Key words there. As long as I live, he can keep me safe. Hi, Elodia! Welcome in. Take a step towards him. Take a step forward. Wayne doesn't flinch as you approach, but you have a sense of of trepidation. He seems uncertain of what you're about to do. I really like you. Okay, what are my options here? What are you? I'm already close to someone else. I don't know if you can care. What do you want from me? You can be honest. You have my trust. You don't have to play hide and seek anymore. We can be partners. I really like you, Wayne. Quit with the little games. You have my full interest. Now, what do you want to do about it? Place your hand on his chest. You guys are well and enjoying the game. I am having a blast. How have you been? I don't know if you can care. Is that... I'm already close to someone else. I don't know... Okay. You slowly reach forward. You lay your hand on the chest. He doesn't flinch away. The cloth of his shirt is stiff with dry blood, and God knows what else. And you already feel the palm residue, the slight residue seeping into your skin from his. His chest rises and falls, warm under your palm. His breath's even and controlled. You really aren't afraid of me, are you? Wayne takes a few steps back, closing a few steps forward, closing the gap remaining between you. The unsteady floor causes you to stumble back against the wall. Wayne looming over you, his outstretched arm blocking you from escape. Okay. Those of you who don't know book talk, it's the book talk pose is what I'm imagining. The book talk pose, like, you know, like the... I can show you, give you a taste of what we could be, of what I could offer you. His breathing more heavily. It's slight but noticeable. He's excited, but trying not to show it. If you're ready. Will this make me fall apart like you? No, you don't have to worry about this happening to you, not if we do things right. I'm being rejected. But a fleeting moment with you will be bliss for us both. No pain, no lingering aftermath, but pleasure. Do it! Wayne stares down at you, bright eyes shining through the veil that flutters slightly against each breath. His arm reaches towards your throat. He rests his palm on the nape of your neck. It's warmer than you'd expect. Calloused and cracked, his fingers strong as they tighten around. Is he choking me? The sudden sharp pain as you're struck with a pin and an unsettling feeling of something squirming. You can't help but to jerk awake from him as the squirming slithers its way up your throat. His fingers grip tighter, holding you firmly in place. What? Then it stops, and a pleasant numbness starts to spread out the base of your skull, flowing down your spine, enveloping you in a wave of bone-deep serenity. The surroundings become unfocused, vision swimming as your head lolls to the side, hair standing on the end of a full body shimmer as an intense pleasure sweeps across your skin. Oh my god! You are vaguely aware that your legs have collapsed underneath you. Wayne holds you up, one of his arms curling around your waist, pressing you against him as you lose yourself in sensation. What the fuck? And then it's over. Okay, so ecstasy, you share a moment of bliss with your guardian angel. I shouldn't. Succumb to his seduction while committed to another. I just got 2 achievements for that. He lets you go. You slump to the floor as he takes a shaky step back, adjusting his sleeve. Think of that as a kiss. I'm sure this is fine. He has to catch his breath as he speaks. What the fuck just happened? Before we have a chance to respond, he's gone, slipping back into the shadows. What? You make your way back to where you woke up and slot in the handle into the secret door. On the wall. That's what I'm thinking. I'm sitting over here thinking, did my character just have a whole ass orgasm in front of him? Like, what the fuck? That was a kiss? Think of that as a kiss. I'm sorry, sir. You just stabbed me, essentially, with your finger, I think. And you want me to just think of it as a kiss? I have sketchy thoughts here, my mans. Sketchy thoughts. Also, I like how the game was like, you don't get to chase after him. You don't get to try to. You have to go upstairs. Also, thank you for having the 5-stream streak, Elodia. I did not miss that. I was just very into that moment. It twists in, the door pulls back. Door pulls back. And you stumble through the closet and back into the bedroom. You lean against the doorframe as the last dregs of the intoxicating kiss leave your system. Weakened lungs heaving with effort of returning yourself to a semblance of normality. He couldn't have cured me. It's a challenge to rid yourself of the dreamlike sensation, especially considering your reality had already been shifted in the past few days. Your vision forever muddled by what the ghost took from you. But you manage. The state has gotten to you. After the events of this morning, your body burns with a ferocious itch to leave this place behind, to be anywhere but here. Oh. I get no options to do anything else. You leave in a haze, mindlessly grabbing clothes and an uncharged phone, barely even noticing your surroundings as you rush outside. The morning's isolation seizing your body and mind alike with a suffocating grip. Oh, there's a ditchling. I see a ditchlings. Even the lingering afterglow of your entanglement with Wayne can't fill the sinking pit dug into your stomach, but suggesting that Tabitha was not only known about all this, but she is, in some way, a willing participant in your family's crimes. And not only that, but she has designed her you. Even after everything you two have been through, but it must be true, you've had a glimpse of the brilliant colors of Wayne's soul, something that's beautiful, that expansive couldn't lie to you. It wouldn't lie to you. Just because someone's really good at sex doesn't mean I have to trust them. They're entirely separate things. But it was just a kiss, right, guys? It was just a kiss. No, of course, you're right. Wayne outperformed forming even your wildest expectations of the perfect sexual encounter has something to do with the trustworthiness. He could very well be lying to you. But it was just a kiss, right? It's just a kiss, guys. Just a kiss. It's fine. Just a kiss. He might even be using your skills to make lying to you easier. I don't care. Tabitha deserves a chance to explain herself. She's your cousin after all. You'll just tell her everything you saw, and surely the two of you will have a healthy and productive conversation to get to the bottom of things, right? Maybe... Oh my, I was just I kissed a dead guy and I liked that. I kissed a dead guy and I liked it. Maybe going to hear her side of things directly is the best course of action. I will say, the change in me as a person from when I first started playing this game to now. When I first started playing this game, I thought it was pansexual and I thought I was into guys if they were like the right kind of guy. I didn't care about your gender, Liz. I care about your personality. And now, as a lesbian, I'm like, monster fuckers and fictional men only. If you're a monster, I give no fucks about your gender. And fictional men. Otherwise, I don't want it. So Wayne said I need to find the police. I should do that before going to do anything else. I do think that's a good option. I don't... Going to the police is going to do nothing. We've gone to the police before in this town and did nothing. I need to see Tabitha, maybe there's an explanation for what I witnessed. It's also a good option. Everybody needs to know it's been hidden away in her home. He made it sound as if she already knows that, so that option doesn't make sense. I'm going to someone I can trust. Fair enough. The only way out of this is by finding the rest of the stone carvings alone if I have to. Plus, even if I have to walk. So then, I take it you also attempted to kiss Wayne? Or no? Oh, you did not take the monster fucker option. Alright. You need to see your cousin. She's the only person who can possibly offer a satisfying answer to the horrors this morning. It's down in the woods to your right. A snapping branch breaks you from your panic. Your mind going blank with a fresh fear. I did say I trusted him, but I, befriended him. Oh, okay. That's so fair. Bunny? Hello? Oh! He's human again! It's Reese, standing nervously at the edge of the woods. The warped faces of his paintings stare down at you from the safety of the trees. You okay? You look scared. He's not human. He's semi-human. He's not fully monster. Is it me? I'm sorry. I know I must have seemed kind of unhinged last night, but I'm okay. I'm not going to hurt you. He is humanoid. Yes. Hug him. But after what just happened, don't take humanoid. You rush forward, catching the nervous creature off guard as you wrap him in your arms. Oh. It takes him a moment to react, tensing in your grip, as if his mind refuses to accept that you would choose to touch him. But he softens, folding his long limbs around you, holding you gently against his bony chest. You can hear his heartbeat. It quickens as you hold him closer, like a fluttering bird trapped inside his ribs. Together, you measure your breath, both of you calming yourselves with each other's presence. He eventually pulls away, through his lingering hands seems to depart with you, stepping all the way down your arm before they fully return to his side. Honey, so you missed me too? Don't scare me like that. Too much has already happened today. I kind of want to see what happens if I tell him that I let, Wayne touch me. Jesus Christ, Reese, don't scare me like that. Too much has already happened today. Sorry, I didn't know how to get your attention. You seem so freaked out. Reese listens intently as you attempt to put all of that into words, trying to form coherent sentences despite the panic that still threatens to reduce you to a blabbering nonsense. You being dragged away in your sleep. Finally, you tell him about the cell and your encounter with the thing calling itself Wayne. His eyes widen. So that Wayne guy dragged you off while you were sleeping? I don't like that. I don't like him. That doesn't mean that he was lying. I'm sure it did sound like you could wind up in that cell next. I never thought we'd have something like that in common. I don't think you should trust Tabitha. There's no way she's innocent in all of this. I mean, she's been cagey all week, hasn't she? And I feel like if anyone should be able to spot when somebody is trying to trap them in a tiny cell, it'd be me. You need to stay away from her. But it's okay. You have me now, and I'll never let that happen to you. Your paintings. Oh, yeah. Some of them are following me around. They're not dangerous at all, or at least not these ones. I want to go confront Tabitha. We should go confront Tabitha. I know it probably feels like confronting her is the most important thing you could do, but you were there yesterday. You saw that sort of thing, how that sort of thing can go. Trust me, I still feel as angry as I did then. It's not like they went away. But getting all worked up only made the doctor feel like she had free reign to do whatever it took to get her control back. You don't think Tabitha is going to do something like that? What if all of this is a huge misunderstanding? What if I go talk to her and she's as surprised as I am? I don't think she will be. I really don't. But I want to go talk to her, and it seems like maybe that's the only way to get him to talk to her. Also, the wife's artwork. Chef's kiss. Chef's fucking kiss. They deserve a... As much as I want Chapter 6 and 7 to come out yesterday, and having finished 5, Chef's kiss on all of this, and they deserve a deserve break. Abby deserves a break. I don't remember what the husband's name is. They deserve a break. Everyone, these two people deserve to get a well-rested, have spring. Take the whole spring off. Tony. Yeah, Abby and Tony need to just... Oh, that's why it's Tabby. Ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha. It's like Tabby games. Ha 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 ha. Tony, Abby, I get it. They deserve a break, honestly. But what if it's all just a huge misunderstanding? What if I go talk to her and she's surprised? And what if she's in on it? For all you know, you're walking into a trap. Think of a better idea. You know that store carving in the basement? The one that gave you a seizure? I'm pretty sure I don't know, connected to it or something? I can feel it, like it's in my head. But I can feel the other ones too. They're talking to me, but not in words, just in feelings and shapes. Nothing I can really explain. There was one in the library, right? That one feels like a headache, like it's trying to go somewhere and keeps hitting a wall. And out of the minds, it sounded like whispering, and it feels cold, even though it looks like a fire when I focus on it. I felt another one last night somewhere in the woods. I think near Duke's place. It's like roots underground, warm and growing, taking something that doesn't belong to it. It's lonely, but it doesn't want me there. But it just makes me think that it's where we need to go. Even if it means we might find something else like me. Ooh. Alright, something could happen. Should we take the loots first? Maybe warn them. I think we should go to Sybil. Like, I think we should go get Stella. But I want to know what's happening with Kanika. So I feel like Sybil's the option then. Okay, I think I like this option better of, like, I'm nervous to go there right away. Anything could happen. Shouldn't we talk to those first? Maybe warn them. Because, like, I don't think we should go alone. I don't think just the two of us should go there. Because if he's connected like we are, there's no one there to make sure we actually wake up. Because, like, in the mines, me and Tabitha both succumbed to it. The one in the library, me and Tabitha both succumbed to it. The one behind the wall at the hospital, I succumbed to it and he hadn't transformed yet, so he was able to help. And I think Kanika and Stella were also there then. I don't think it was just the two of... It might have just been the two of us. But, like, he didn't succumb to it yet, so he was able to help. I don't think that the two of us who are quote-unquote connected to it should go alone. So I think I want to do this. I do want to go to Sybil, but I want to see what his response is to anything could happen. Shouldn't we talk to those first? Maybe warn them. Because it's valid also. What if something else happens and then, like, the whole town is, like, dead? I guess we could try. I know Stella would probably be thrilled about something like this, but honestly, she's a little too close to Tabitha. I think if we involve Stella, we involve Tabitha. Like I said, I don't think it's the best idea. There's someone else, though. Someone at the store. What was her name? Black clothes, braids. I can't. What store? He gives you a blank look, unsure of how to respond. I thought you'd been there. Clearly, we both need to jog our memories. I'm sure everything will make sense as soon as we make our way down there. Though I can't exactly go into town looking at this. I tried to put everything back the way it was, but I don't think I got it quite right. I have to follow and watch from the bushes if we don't want people to panic. Reese glances nervously back at the road, then to you. He's hesitating. But first, just in case something happens, he steps forward. Is he gonna kiss me? Ah, monster fucker. He's working himself up to something. His hand hovers between you, reaching, but afraid to close the distance. Finally, it finds your neck. His fingertips are cold to the touch. Lonely night in the woods. His claws sharp and unwielding as they press greatly into your skin. An almost impeccable color rises in his face, his breaths coming quicker, his lips parting slightly. Hopefully, Hold up. I'm not answering this because I'm an opponent. His lips parting slightly hopefully, his nervous eyes settle on your mouth. Kiss him! Oh, no, I didn't mean to do that! Well, I missed it. It takes a moment to realize what's happening. His mouth is stiff against yours, but you softly invite him to relax. He finally obliges, practically melting into the initial shock wears off. His hand travels from your cheek to your scalp, his long claws running across the sensitive skin and sending a shiver rippling down your spine. His other arm wraps around your waist, his body bending nearly double as he folds himself around you, losing himself to your touch. His forked tongue explores your bottom lip and bottom lip, and yours runs across the pointed teeth. His mouth a warm contrast to his cold skin. He finally pulls away, gasping, his chest heaving with satisfied breaths. Oh, hello. He smiles his wide, toothy grin. Okay, now we can go. Before he gets a chance to stop him, he scampers away. His long, swishing tail disappears into the underbrush. His paintings follow him, slithering away. Even though he's faded from sight, you still feel his presence watching from behind the trees, silent. You walk the rest way down the town, knowing you're not alone. There is a monster watching, looking out for you. And yet, when you arrive to town, you can't help to feel like this place is intended to go is wrong. An old bricked-up building where you're certain that something else used to be. Or rather, where you're almost certain it used to be, since renovations like this don't happen overnight. Okay. I'm gonna take a brief break. First of all, my grandparents just asked me if I could order something for them. So we're gonna take a brief little chit-chat break. Jesus! Let's have a talk about what just happened. Oh my god. Holy hell. That... Oh my god. Oh my... 2 monsters in one thing. I accidentally clicked on my button too quick, so hopefully I didn't miss anything too sweet. He was so sweet. I am low-key loving the Reese thing, though. Wayne is kind of interesting and very, like, not what I thought was happening, and so I understand what the content warnings were about it now. Very much so. They make a lot of sense with that happen. The implied... Yeah, like, it was hot in, like, a very, like... Sir, I don't think this is how this is supposed to go, and it was, like... I thought it was gonna be a kiss, and, like, implied black screen sex, and instead it was... a needle in my neck? Yeah, who might just happen to kill people for you. Exactly. Exactly. I like the Reese way. I like it. It's cute. They want drinks? No, they want shakes. Hamburger. 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 Plain. A fry. What do you think about getting more into the family lore? Do you have any theories? Okay, I kind of feel like... Okay. So, to me, I want to know, so if they're saying that, like, so Wayne's who was in there. So Wayne has been around since Alexandria, and Alexandria is her mom. is Tabitha's mom? Was that Tabitha's mom? Or is Alexandria above Tabitha's mom? I do like the whole, at the end of, I think it was it 4 when we did the whole, no, 3, when I lost my years of my life. I think it was 3. Episode 3, when, like, we were like, we will not pay for the sins of our father. Like, it should not be passed down to us. And we were like, Tepta and I were both, like, very much like, no, we're not. Why should we have to pay for the sins of what our parents did? Okay, so Pearlan was Tabby's mom. Maribel was Pearlan's mom. She died in childbirth. Alexandra's mother was... Okay. So, yeah. So, like, that means that, like, if Wayne has been there, that's where Wayne lived. Wayne has been there for years. So then why did Wayne look normal to the other guys? Or, the other thought process I have here with the Wayne thing is that the thing inhabiting Wayne's body, is the thing that's old, and Wayne was human before this thing took over, if that makes sense. Ah, the thing inhabiting Wayne. No, mostly as the entity. Okay. But I do think that, like, I'm interested. I'm interested in this family's lore because I want to understand it all. But, like, it seems as if, like, their family is... Like, the family's obviously been this at the beginning. I have a theory that the reason the house is falling apart is because, Pearl Ann died, and, like, the entity is struggling to hold... So, the best way I can explain it is the entity is struggling to hold on, which is why the house is deprecating and things are shutting down and they shouldn't be. Like, the things are going missing, things are breaking, things are falling apart. So, like, the entity is to blame for that. Or not, maybe not necessarily the entity itself, but, like, the... everything that like, goes around the entity. So, like, if the entity, like, is a part of something else, where, like, that whole... I don't want to say spiritual, because it is, but it's not. The whole nature of it. Oh, no, I agree. I agree with that. The house is just gonna fall. Something's gonna happen where either there's a fight in the house or something, and it's going to affect it in a way, if that makes sense. I think that something will happen in the house, whether it has to do with witchiness or anything else. Something will happen in the house that causes it to crumble and fall. Excuse me. I think it's that one. I think it's that one. But I also have a theory that has kind of been semi-confirmed. By this episode. But it's not really completely concrete confirmed. It's just like semi, I think we're going in that direction. Where by the end of the game, the whole town will become a ghost town. And that, like, weirdly, this was some, like, Black Mirror-esque type thing, where, like, or not Black Mirror, Once Upon a Time, the Storybrooke, not Storybrooke, that's what it's called. Was that what it's called? That, like, it's a pocket. And that by the end of it, like, we're gonna come out, and, like, this will have never happened. Like, you walk out, and the aging thing hasn't happened, but, like, time outside of here has stopped. Like, once we entered this weird time loop bubble where, like, when we leave when we get on the bus and we leave, eventually, that'll be it. Like, we'll walk out, we'll have all of our memories of what happened, but everyone else would be like, what are you talking about? What small town? What are you talking? There's no Scarlet Hollow. Like, it'll be like this weird, like, memory bubble of, like, or, like, if they do know about it, they'll be like, the ghost town that no one's been to and no one's been inhabiting for years. Like, what are you talking about? No one's lived there in, like, a millennia. Like, you know, like, it's gonna have some, like, weird supernatural thing like that. Okay. With that being said, I got that ordered. We're back. We are back. Hey! It's Miles, one of the Scarlet Hollow's resident teenage miscreants. Why do we remember Miles but not Kanika? Miles is Kanika's younger brother. Bunny, I have to talk to you. There's something going on. I can't remember what. It has to do with Sybil and somebody else, but not somebody feels really important. I feel like I don't remember before. If I don't remember before, it's too late. Somebody's gonna. Never mind. This was stupid. I sound crazy. Something's so wrong right now. It's not like something's supposed to be here, and it just isn't. So you're messed up too. This is so stupid. He tries to collect himself, wiping away tears and choking back whatever remaining sobs he had left. Look, there's this guy on the edge of town, Julius. He's crazy. But I remember him coming around and asking questions. He's always had this notebook with him. I don't remember what he asked me, but he'll remember it. You gotta talk to him and get him to show you his notebook. He probably knows more than anybody else what's going on. I didn't want to ask anybody to help me, but it's like I can't think straight. I need somebody to do this for me. I don't want to feel like this anymore. Not again. Please, not again. He shoves a map into your hand and turns away, hiding his face as it cracks with emotion. I really didn't want to ask anybody for help. That's how bad it is, okay? Don't tell anyone what I said, though. I don't need people thinking I'm crazy. And then he walks away. Though, where you can't be sure if he even has a destination in mind. Map in hand, you make your back to the trees. Okay. Nope, it's just me. It's not me. I think it's supposed to say make your way back to the trees, where Reese has been anxiously waiting for you. Yeah, I was like, back, wait, huh? I thought my brain was seeing the word twice, and like it wasn't actually there, but no, that was there. Slight typo. It happens. That's how you know it's human-made. What the hell was that? Someone's missing? I can't remember who. God, I swear the name is on the tip of my tongue. Kanika! And that place, it's not supposed to be ported up. My friend is supposed to live there. Something isn't right. It's like I can't even trust my own memories anymore. Miles also thinks we should go to the farms. You're crazy, Reese. Something is going on here. Okay, good. That feels right to me. Because I can't be crazy, or else that kid would have been crazy, and we can't both be crazy in the same way. He said we should go to the Tremaine place. He thinks that this missing person is connected to something out there. It feels like everything is pointing us towards the stone. The stone out of the way. Maybe when we finally get to it, we'll be able to remember what we're forgetting. It's like the town is trying to get you there. I can take you through the woods, though it's not an easy path out to Duke's place. That lots of hills and rocks, pointy sticks. It might be hard for you to get there quickly unless I... Before you have a chance to react, he's lifting you. Your feet leaving the ground as he clutches you to his cold chest. This is the Twilight. Twilight Carrie. The Twilight running up the hill because they don't want Bella's scent to be anywhere and wants it to just be, Jacob's scent. It's just, you know, the speed run, vampire fast speed run. You know? You know? I don't... That's what it makes me feel like, the Twilight run. In the... Breaking Dawn Part 1? No. Yeah. No. Yeah. I don't know. Jacob, like, carries Bella up the hill and covers her in werewolf scent. I don't know. That's better. This way I can make sure you don't get hurt. He'll do very close, shielding your face as he dives into the underbrush, taking you deep into the woods towards something awful. It feels impossible for a man with such a slight frame to carry you all that way, let alone so quickly and with such seeming ease. But you suppose he did this yesterday too, while you were unconscious, and that was before you fully realized what he was capable of. But even he seems to have his limits. After a while, he's breathing hard, slowing down, stumbling slightly as he tries to maneuver up the rocky hills. Though, perhaps his stumbling is more than just exhaustion. He mentioned an odd feeling somewhere out in the woods, and now you feel it too. A prickling at the base of your neck, almost like static electricity, and an emotion comes with it. An urgency that feels like it isn't part of you, but something planted there. A desire to move faster, to keep going. It's weak, though. Just a nagging little anxious thought, easily ignored, at least for now. Ugh. I feel a little sick. Reese pauses, gently letting you back down on the ground. You're in a clearing, the autumn leaves crunching in the thick piles underneath your feet. Ahead you can see a place where the trees thin, where the light shines through, for some bright, unwooded place beyond the forest edge. Sorry, I guess I couldn't carry as far as I thought. We're practically there, but I just need a second. God, I'm starving. Do you need to find some food? No, the paintings, they've been bringing me things. Like snacks? People snacks? For people? That depends on your definition, I guess. They're snacks for me. I'm people, so they're people snacks. But it hasn't been exactly chips and soda. What kind of sick? What is making you feel ill? It's that feeling I was talking about, but it's not as nice now. It's like something under my skin, goosebumps all over, nausea. This is worse than it was yesterday. Is that good? That doesn't seem good. It's fine, just stronger now. Are you sure you want to do this with me? I'll probably be fine going solo. I feel it already, the pull. Like, I really don't want to stop. Yeah, I can see it. Your eyes are far away, like you're distracted, like you aren't seeing anything else. You looked that way yesterday, too, when you went after that wall. The rage on this thing must be huge if it's getting us all the way out here. In the woods. What? Squirrel. One of the paintings appears nearby, interrupting. It stares down at you of its freshly dead corpse of a squirrel, clutched into its malformed little hands. Oh, that's breakfast. He sheepishly takes the squirrel from the painted golem, glancing back at you like a dog who knows he's about to do something you won't like. He raises the squirrel's limp body to his mouth. Please don't watch. Don't watch. You close your eyes. It almost feels like you've closed your ears too. Reese's murmured apologies sound far away, muffled, and the bird's song seems to fade into nothing but static. Even the ground beneath you seems uncertain, your legs feeling like they might as well be floating. No longer planted firmly in the leaf litter. Yeah, no problem, buddy. I didn't want to watch anyways. You should open your eyes again. Something is telling you to, but you can't. You can't because you must be dreaming. Of course this makes sense. You never woke up this morning and you're still in bed, and when you finally manage to open your eyes, you'll find out that everything in the Forbidden Wing was just part of a nightmare. All you have to do is wake up. There's daylight ahead. That must be your room. It's getting brighter. The sun shining through your eyelids. Highlighting red vines against pink skin. There are voices, too, getting louder as you draw closer to... Bunny, wait! Shouldn't we go with the plan or something? The calling. The next craving... Oh, I want to see what that was. So I got find the next craving to help the monster lover. The calling. And then... Oh! Interestingly enough, I shouldn't succumb to his seduction while committing to another. Does not look like either. Oh, hello, Wayne. Hi, Wayne. Does not look like Wayne or, Reese. Fun fact, the achievement thing. Find the next craving for the help monster's lover. On the lam. Rake the farms without getting arrested despite being on the police's radar. Huh. Alright. Bunny, wait, shouldn't we give it the plan or something? Get out of Bunny's way. You're holding things up. Oh, fuck off! What is your problem with me anyways? Leave, unless you want another wounded limb. Reese clutches your shoulder reflexively. Reflex. With reflex, he clutches his shoulder. The arm still hangs slightly limp, weaker than the way it did yesterday after Wayne touched it. And then he turns and runs. Bye, lover boy. It's a cowardly thing at the end of the day. He can't save you. But you can't save yourself. You can save yourself with some guidance. The witch is at her most vulnerable now. She's dangerous to me, but not to you. She can't hurt you in any way that matters. But you can hurt her. Just be careful of the farmer. He places a guiding hand on your back, urging you forward. That's all it takes. Your feet are moving on their own. You've set your course. The trees part, the woods thinning and giving away the messy patches of the scraggly in-season garden vegetables seated in between a pair of farmhouses on the opposite hill. Not that the details are important. Your destination is in the further of the two structures. Irma, what's going on? I got a page from the sheriff and nobody's here. Where are the cops? I called him. On account of Bo went missing. Last I heard, he wanted to go give Julius a piece of his mind. First, the sheriff went in alongside that white deputy, the one with sunglasses. But then something happened, and there was a gunshot. And then this awful howling, weren't like no creature I ever heard. That's when the other deputy, the black one, he ran in, shut the door behind him, and nobody's come out since. So everyone's inside? Starting to get concerned. I'm running out of folks here to call for help. Wait, is that Bunny? What the hell is she doing here? You're aware that's a crime scene, right? And the cops are all missing? The talking is just noise. Their words don't matter. There's a humming in your head, almost like a voice. One you can barely make out, but you know it will be clearer the closer you get to the stone. You start wandering up towards the farmhouse at the top of the hill. Oh, come on! Where do you think you're going? You continue forward. You barely notice your hands slipping over the doorknob. It's gonna be alright, Irma. We'll get Bo out of there, I promise. And now you're inside. Oh my dear lord. Sheriff Huckabee dangles in the middle of the room. An axe attached to some strange mechanism in the ceiling is embedded in his face, holding up his corpse with an imitation of life. Jesus. Careful, Joan. There are traps all over the damn place. Past the body, you see a giant pumpkin through the door in the garage, cracked open. Its guts strewn across the floor, seeds darting across the hardware like a trail of breadcrumbs, leading to the basement stairs. What the hell is going on here? Derrickson, is the doc here yet? We need a medical professional down here. His voice comes from the basement. That's where you need to be. He's been shot, Joan. I think you better call somebody. The doctor's here? Julius, you should let her come down. You don't really want that officer to die down here, do you? I'm not the one blocking the stairs. I'm not the one you gotta convince. It won't be blocked for you. The stone wants you here. Everybody, shut up. Avery, that's your name, right? Get pressure on that wound. Yes, ma'am. Get away from him, kid. But the doctor, I don't care. Let him bleed. You're only making problems for yourself, Tremaine. Dr. Kelly quickly pulls her phone. Damn it, there's no signal in here. You gotta step outside. You keep holding that wound and no one else had better die while I'm gone. The doctor pulls out the door, but a weave of fibrous tendrils holds it shut. It would seem that the same forces that let you all in refuse to let anyone leave. Are we stuck in here? What the hell are we supposed to do now? But you already know what to do. Approach the basement. Approach the basement. Approach the basement. You're vaguely aware that Officer Derrickson is trying to stop you, but he's too nervous to take a step. You reach the basement door and start to claw at the weird fleshy vines blocking your way. They're strong, but they relent under your touch, welcoming you down below. What the hell? Who the hell? So you tried to undermine me, witch. I should have known you'd try to find your way around the rules. You've trapped the town. This isn't what any of us wanted. You should nullify the deal before this gets any worse. It's just unhappy. I didn't think something like that would be so opinionated, and I have a plan to placate it. If it wants a last broken body, it can have one. Then we'll see if it feels cheated enough to hold a grudge. It's too late, Enoch. You let Eddie have the baby, and your family got to go back to normal, happy and unburdened. I'll clean everything up. It can be like nothing ever happened here. I'll even leave town. Manipulative hag. That's what you wanted all along, wasn't it? The whole ordeal was just an opportunity for you to have it. Well, I know better than hand an ounce of power to you, Verena? Hey. You're not dead, are you? Have to find the witch. Find the witch. Witch. Vienna saw it all. My family, the witch. Have to find the witch. Find the witch. Enoch fucked everyone over, even the witch. The witch? Sybil? She sent you? She tricked you into taking her side in all this? Guess she should have known I wasn't the only one of whose life she decided to fuck with. But all this ends now. I'm in charge here, and I'll get what I was promised. Hey, man. Calm down. It's all good. Speak for yourself. Oh. Fuck, Bo. Your vision finally focuses, and your mind is once again your own. Avery watches you furtively from across the room. The man Julius holds a gun in a silent threat. Jesus, words. Franklin clutches at a nasty wound on his side, blood spilling onto the dirt floor of the unfinished basement. And in the corner is Bo. Something's attached to him. The source of the awful noise. It shudders with the pained inhalations. Bo is still breathing, but he doesn't look well. The stone brought you here and stuck you in the middle of another nightmare. Bunny, we can't get to you. The door's sealed shut. Even if she yells to you, her voice is faint, barely audible behind the now thickened roots and vines that block your escape. Okay, does this keep doing something here? And I just don't notice it moving? Or was that a glitch in my eyeballs? Let's bring Bunny up to speed, Julius. She looks a little shell-shocked. Where the fuck do I begin? Alright. So, the witch. Okay, it does move. Okay. I caught her doing some shit she shouldn't have been doing, and she offered me a deal if I kept it to myself. Oh, there's like the whole, like, eh. It does like an ant move. That doesn't help. Like a T-Rex arm, but to the side. Sorry, I'm making a dance out of this weird monsters thing. Always wanted to raise a boy of my own. God never saw fit to give me the chance. She gave me the means to right that injustice. Only it obviously didn't quite go the way it was supposed to. Calloway's interfered, just like always. Made it so I had to hatch him early when he was ready. And he came out hungry too. Hungry for me to handle. He kept trying to get at me, so I had to hole up down here. Been stuck since fucking Wednesday night. Damn roots won't let me leave, and they've clogged up the drain, so I haven't been able to call up to that witch and get her to make things right. But I'm a man of preparedness. Figured I could wait it out until Bo here decided to trespass. Guess he lost a tussle with my boy, and the two of them wound up down here with me. And that about sums it up. I guess in the end, it's only fair, a son for a son. And birth ain't ever pretty, is it? And not doing any of it old-fashioned way is all sunshine and roses. Just hope he winds up looking more like a person than when he's done cooking. I don't give a shit about your story, Tremaine. None of that gives you a reason to shoot a cop. Self-defense. Castle doctrine. Do you know how to contact her, the witch? Of course I fucking do. You think I'm some sort of idiot who just makes a deal without... Sorry, buddy, North Carolina is a stand your ground state. Is it? Stand your ground means that if someone trespasses on your property, you can shoot them, right? No matter who they are. That's what that means, right? If you feel threatened, you can just... You don't have to have a self-defense law. It's just stand your ground. Okay, that's what I thought. Especially when you're out in, like... I mean, city limits, I think it's more, like, strict on, like, how... when stand your ground comes into effect, but I think out in the country it becomes like pretty lax. They don't really give a fuck because like property lines are so fucking huge, and like before you even get to the house you're like clearly trespassing. Get off my lawn! You think I'm some sort of idiot that makes deals with someone and not get out of it? Not my fault that things went to shit before I could call her up. Fact is, I tried, but the only means of contact I've got is that faucet over there. It's fed by natural spring water. That's her preferred method of communication. Oh. So, like, it applies to, like, your car if you were, like, in your car. I did not know that. I thought it was only, like, your house. Like, land property. I did not know it was your car. Also. Okay, I have a dumb question, but I'm gonna text it to you later because it's just my dumb, question of like, I have a, this mean it works that way too. But I'll message it to you later. It's more of like my brain has questions now. Like her internet, I suppose. But as you can see, it is certainly out of order. My boy's got his, meat all in there. We won't be getting a drop out of it till he's calmed down. There's a waver in Julius's voice when he mentions that thing implanted in Bohm. One that sticks with you. He's afraid of it. You'll have your witch as soon as this is all settled. So don't do anything stupid. None of you. The conversation is interrupted by Bo shifting uncomfortably as the creature lets out a guttural moan. So what? We're supposed to just wait until this Calloway kid dies? Exactly right. My kid gets born and we all forget this thing ever happened. Julius has yet to explain the reason for Avery's presence here, but they certainly stick out like a sore thumb. Can't you see he's reaching for you? Maybe you should take him. Ooh, okay. We're gonna save scum. Save scum it. Because we're gonna hit, your name is Avery, right? What are you doing here? I work at the diner, and Julius is in there most days. He called me up here because he knows I'm good with plants, though. I wasn't sure on any specifics before I walked in. The boy is still technically a plant, I think. And I'm not exactly close people around here, neither is the diner kid. Figure that meant there might be some discretion between us about what exactly was unfolding on my property. Julius, why did you really call Avery? I think that even a plant expert would have a hard time with this. None of your fucking business. What if I want to know? Fine. You were always polite, served coffee with a smile, no complaints. Saved that corner booth for me the way I like it. Just felt like you spared more than a passing thought my way. And that counts a lot when you're somebody like me who won't talk to nobody. Wow, and I kind of thought you might have hated me. I get some of that from older people around here and the miners. If it weren't for Winnie, I know it could be worse. I try to ignore it. I know I don't exactly blend in. Neither do I. Guess I figured that meant we might have more in common than not. Bo squirms, moaning in pain. The conversation pauses. It's looking worse. Quit eyeing the boy like that. I can tell you want to jump in and do something stupid. Never should have called you here. This is a family issue. Should have been small within my family. But you didn't call family to help you. You called me. Save in case I want to go back. I do, because I feel like this, like a family issue, huh? Maybe the boy doesn't have to die, neither of them has to. Maybe you can share this burden of life. That's where I feel like I need to go. But on the other hand, I kind of want to save Bo. Because, like, I feel like this is just more of, like, the ditchlings kind of, Eldritch, I cannot top. This feels like an Eldritch horror-esque. I mean, the whole game has that kind of vibe with it, with, like, the ditchlings and things like that. So I feel like this is the better option. Family issue, huh? Maybe the boy doesn't have to die, neither of them has to. Maybe you can share this burden together. And because... No, you're good. I think that way, too, because, like, the way that the game has gone before with, like, how this stuff takes precedent... I don't think that's the right word. How this, like, plays out, everything plays out in things, and how things, like, line up. You have to take accountability for your wrongdoing to fix it. What the hell are you even saying? She's saying we might be family adjacent enough that maybe we can take the burden off of Bo. Is that right? Family? You weren't even raised here. The hell would you know about being a Tremaine? As somebody who feels alone, even in a town where I pour coffee to nearly everybody, but most of them don't bother to learn my name, probably more than anybody else around here, including your own cousins. Julius doesn't respond. He watches as the boy shifts on top of Bo, crying meekly. What exactly are you saying we should do? Let him do that to us. Move him off Bo, see if he'll come willingly, and hopefully the two of us can manage it better than he can all on his own, especially if we're not fighting him every step of the way. Can't feel nice to be attached to somebody who doesn't want you. Shouldn't he know he's coming to a world where people care about him? Damn it, kid, you're making it sound all queer. If you want to raise a kid right, you're gonna have to soften up sometime, old man. Julius crosses the room, kneeling by Bo, and the half-formed thing curled up on his chest. It immediately reaches out, grabbing desperately at him. Avery intercepts, taking its translucent hand and holding it gently. He could kill us. But it's too late for doubts now. It's started. You can see the tendrils dislodge from inside Bo as he whimpers, seizing as they slide from underneath his skin, transferring to both Julius and Avery. Told you. He gets it. Jesus, fuck, that hurts. Certainly looks painful, but no blood seeps from the rooms, where the boy's greedy apprehensions have broken through, not a drop going to waste. The boy, in contrast to the pained grimaces of Julius and Avery, seems to finally settle down into comfort, falling into somewhat of like a sleep that nestles down between its donors. Convince two outcasts to work together to save a life. Shared burdens. As the thing's panic fades, the vines blocking the door slacken. The house groans unnaturally, straining under the weight of the relaxing meat of the creature's room. I agree, that is kind of sweet, where they're like, let's work together. We're the outcasts. Like, no one seems to care about us, so we need to work together to tell this thing that it's okay. The faucet in the corner of the room finally unclogs, bursts to life, and water pours out onto the dirt floor. You wanted your witch? Well, here she comes. Hurts. Somebody. Doctor. Oh, holy shit! It worked! Your hands are wet. The water is spreading, pooling around you, making the floor slippery. Dr. Kelly rushes down the now unblocked stairs, her eyes widen in horror at the scene of the basement. What the hell happened down here? Bo, can you hear me? Am I getting a checkup? I've been shot as well, ma'am. Need hospital. Better make some calls. Everyone stay with me. Hey, the basement's flooding. Am I the only one paying attention? The water is suddenly much higher as it rises past your ankles. What are you talking about? There's no water. But there is. You just can't see it. None of it matters, because his words are swallowed by the flood. No. What? I just got the achievement for finished episode 5. No. You feel like you're choking, there's water in your lungs, and there should be. Or there should be. Your ears are filled with the sound of rushing current. It's cold and dark, and there's people screaming somewhere. Their bodies in the water with you. They're all dead. 1,000 corpses, 1,000 homes, and torn pieces. I really like that they're mannequins. They're the drawing mannequins. But the flood recedes. It hasn't happened yet. You are a mother of a daughter, and your daughter has told you about her terrible dream. It's going to kill everyone. You're not the one who had the vision. Not yet. It's only been described to you by your daughter. You have been teaching, as your mother taught you. You're the only one who can stop it, Mother. Just so you know, your text... Oh, my wheel, my redeem wheel. Hi, I know how to function this. I promise. I know how to function all of this. Let's just, Oh, thanks for the follow, OC Pulse. Welcome in, welcome in. Hopefully that works. It does mean that the stuff is gonna show up right here, my actual alerts. So I do apologize, it's gonna be right in the middle of the game. I am on this section. We just got here. It's been a ride. I got the achievement for finishing chapter 5, and I'm scared, sad, confused. But welcome in, welcome in. My traits are hot and street smarts. So yeah. You're the one who can stop Mother, but you won't be strong enough. Whoa! It's an eyeball now! Can I give her an eyeball? Can I give her an eyeball? Her words are heavy. How can you be sure? Maybe it's... Oh, there's scissors! Ooh. Cutting... Cutting the strings. Cutting the wires. How can you be sure? Maybe it's only a dream. The village is doomed. Then, of course, I'll stop it. Don't worry. Let her speak. We try to stop what's coming. We'll both die. I can talk to dogs and see things real good. Ooh, keen eyed and speak with animals. Ooh, nice. I do want to do a run that is keen eyes and speak with animals together. It seems like the pairing of them could be really well done, because keen eyed is very like the mystical, magical, there's a word, it's a pain to me, supernatural side of it, but also like it just seems like those two like fit together very well. We are at the end of the episode. I don't know if this happens to everyone at the end of episode 5. We went to the farm. So that's the context I have, is we went to the farm. If you're down for spoilers, if not, then I had 2 monster. I don't know if I had a choice to go to the farm or not, but I ended up here. I feel as if I might have. I don't know, though. I don't think so. It seemed like it was very much pushing us to go towards the farm. So yeah, we're here. I had a kiss with Wayne and with Reese. I decided to go through the woods with Reese, and then... okay, Reese and I were talking, and then Reese, like, just ran off with me after we saw that the shop was boarded up. If you're trying to stop what's coming, we both die, taken with everyone else, senseless death and tragedy. If we flee, the weight of thousands alive will rise to my shoulders. I couldn't bear it, you would lose me. Take my power, Mother. I give it willingly. It's the only path that leads to anything but death. Oh! Ah! Fair. Yeah, no, Reese picked me up like Jacob does. Pick up the Bella in Twilight. It can't be that I'm destined to lose you. It's too cruel. But I want you to be your own person. I can't do this. I can't lose you. I won't destroy my own daughter. It won't be destroyed. I'll be with you, the same as I was before. I will never leave you as long as you live. Accept and take your daughter back. You accept your daughter's decision. She's not the child she once was, and there's a confidence in her that you have no choice but to respect. You take her back. Her power becomes yours. The flood does not come. The village is saved, and no one ever knows the sacrifice was made for our lives. Ah, oh, thank you for the stretch. I will do... Whoa! I lost my headphones because I forgot they were attached to my ear. I will take that stretch. Because I was leaning back in a chair, and then I honestly, about 10 minutes ago... Oh, pop my back. Sat forward and scrunched because I use a controller to play this game because it's easier than a mouse for me. Sometimes. Blood does not come, the village is saved, and no one ever knows sacrifice was made for their lives. No one but you. Years have passed. You outlive everyone you used to know. You move on. You meet new people. You start a new life. I've never unplugged my controller, so I don't know how to remove the text without pressing Y on my controller. That's so fair. You have another daughter. This time, the vision is yours. The piece of your first daughter that lives with you shows you what is coming. Rotting bodies in the streets, the smell of sickness in the wind, church bells ringing for the endless parade of funerals, an entire city whose gates will never reopen. Everyone inside the walls falling to the curse of plague. You are among their number, your body no longer strong enough to heal even itself. You are not enough to stop it. Okay, Pixie, from your knowledge, are the drawing mannequins and these hands, is that placeholder images, or is this how Abby intended it to be? It seems like it was intended. But I could also see how they were placeholders for maybe more definitive things. But this speaks artistically wise that this is how it was meant to be. But I know you read things intently, and you were in the Discord server. Your body not enough to stop it. Not as you are. There's another path, a narrow thread. If you were stronger, you could tug at it and unravel the tapestry of the future. Mother, what's wrong? Your daughter will never be as strong as you are, not after what you had to do. But she still carries in her some strength. Enough. Explain it to her as it was explained to you. You tell her what's coming. You explain what she has to give up, what you both have to give up. You love your daughter, after all. You will miss her as you miss your first daughter. She's angry. Even when you try to explain that she will be a part of you, that she won't die, she cries and cries. She tries to run away from you. Fate is attempting to cut its loose thread. Oh. Okay, I can save Scum. I can save Scum. I can save Scum. I don't know if I'll go back to the save Scum, but I can save Scum. The entire city rests on this decision. Stop her from leaving. You do not let your daughter run from you. No plague comes. The city never knows that it would have been a ruin. You can't really blame her for not wanting to be... You can't blame her for not wanting to be, I believe... Yeah, I think she's valid in running. Because I'm like, afraid, angry, confused, restless. You have to carry that with you. It's part of the burden that you are. If there's a third daughter that appears, though no one knows the depth of what you have done over the years, you have not escaped notice. You find yourself in the capital in a place whose name has changed too many times to count. A war is brewing. The eyes of those who hold fate in their hands are on you, their lips asking which threads to pull and which to cut. And the tapestry is once again revealed to you. The war rages and it never stops raging. Bleeding thus spans generations, children born to die. Decades of pain that live a raw wound in the world. I do believe the game wasn't fully released because of the mannequins before, but after a few moments, there's something that made me realize okay. The game was not fully released, originally, but I believe yesterday it was completely released. Because Pixie was like, when are you doing this? I have to finish playing it. Once this sequence is over, I am gonna go back, and I will save this separately. Yes. And I will go back and I will do the daughter not getting eaten alive. If that makes sense. So I want to see both. Or it ends before it begins. The few die for the sake of the many. You can guide powerful hands to crush those that need crushing, if only you have more power than you. Oh my god, I just understood it. Sybil absorbed Kanika. Kanika. That what happened? I'm pointing angrily at chat. Not angrily, but I'm pointing directly at chat. I think that's what happened here. Because this is, to me, the way, how I'm getting from A to B here, is this is the flood. So we called upon the witch, which is Sybil. This is, I will keep going. I want to get my theory out here, because if I say it, I don't want to be like, I was right, and then I'll have said it. Okay, so my theory is, so we were in the basement. No one else saw the flood, but we did. So the flood went through, and then we are seeing this scene, where they're talking about this person who's, like, living on forever. And then they're absorbing their daughters. We haven't seen anything about the daughters being forgotten. However, Kanika's mom, I believe, left town or died or something. Something happened to Kanika's mom after she gave birth to Kanika. I don't think Sybil is Kanika's mom. I believe Sybil is Kanika's grandma. But Kanika is no longer in our memories. She's actively being erased. No one can remember her. The shop is closed up. So I feel as if we're called for the witch. Now we're here. We're seeing how Sybil has lived her life. The reason they are mannequins is for... They do call Sybil mom? Okay, so then maybe Sybil is mom then. The reason that we're seeing mannequins is so we don't know it's Sybil. So my theory here is Sybil is way older than they believe to be. So Sybil is years old. Sybil has absorbed every child that they have had. And is a witch, obviously, because we talked about that. And that's why we're seeing it, because we have this weird connection power. This entity thing that, what the fuck they're called, that Wayne is existing inside Wayne's body, is whatever Enoch pissed off. And now we're dealing with the outcome of it. I also like Wayne, and Wayne, quote-unquote, kissed me. And that was, whoa! Book talk pose, that was a whole ass thing. Call your daughter to you. You raised them differently these days. The disquiet left by the reluctant daughter taught you a permanent lesson. They don't need convincing anymore. They are ready to return to you whenever you need them. Take her back and stop the war before it starts. I also got kissed from Reese. The teethy grin after. I'm gonna take them back because I think that's my theory, is that she takes them back and that's how she continues to live on. And I think she didn't take Kanika back, which is how she got old looking. So I'm gonna keep taking them back because we're only in what looks to be like the Revolutionary War, maybe? Maybe the Civil War. We're very much in possibly like post-Britain from the hairstyle. We're in that, like, hair era. And, like, the room that they're sitting in. The daughter joins her sisters easily, as she has been trained to do. You are the only one who remember her sacrifice and her name. They can't place her name. A small rebellion is crushed before it becomes a revolution. The people in power are happy. Sybil is trying to save the town by absorbing Kanika. If you're asking if he attempted to have sex with us, no, I don't think so. No. I accidentally romanced his mother, so I don't know if that's possible. You leave. You don't want to see any more visions of war. You let the sights and the place. After this, yes. Let me get through this and then you can. Unless it's for sure something that happened before this. I have a question. Because I know I'm not crazy, and I know in 2.5 hours that shoes buttons should not be grayed out. I have a feeling that every time I've seen them pop up, because have you been snoozing them? It's fine if so. I thought I was going crazy for a hot sec because they kept popping up and then they disappeared. And yet, even an ocean away, power finds you. A man with aspirations. Anyone can hold power here, you have discovered. If they're vicious enough to want it. The hunger in him senses the power in you, and for a time you humor him. You allow him to give a life of comfort, you and your daughter. You don't see a future where he ever grows more powerful than you can imagine. Not until the vision comes. A war like none of the world has witnessed. A fledgling nation devoured in the nest. A man who sits on a throne where none was meant to be. The world under his cruel fists bowing to its crushing weight. The very ocean strained red by his influence. He is already on his way, and you realize too late you have been too close to him to see it. Your choices have already narrowed. The war is coming. You strike now or not. The loose thread is stickling out of the mass of blood, with you too weak to grasp it. But you have a daughter. You always have a daughter. Until you don't. Take her back and erase the man before his name can mean anything. Time to rest. Aren't you tired? Ooh. I want to take them all back, but, like, it's time to rest. Aren't you tired? Take her back at ease. Erase the man before his name can mean anything. Time to rest, aren't you? Yeah, I do have Pokemon installed. It's time to rest, aren't you tired? Take her back and erase the man before his name. I want to let them live and be daughters. I don't think we're at the right timeline yet. So we're gonna make a third one. Take it back and erase the man before his name can mean anything. She joins her sisters, as is her destiny, and you remove him from the world. The hole where he was is filled by lesser men, none of whom remember whose shoes they're stepping into, none of whom can hope to command the way he would have. Blood is spilled, less blood, but you still feel every drop. You hide yourself away from the world. You and your daughter. The vision still finds you, but here they're small. Decision simple. You make them all the same, hoping where you can. A storm halted, a conflict settled. Till one day, you are shown a dark pit. Glittering wood, debris trapping everyone inside. Bodies burning as the very rock catches fire, children screaming as their flesh bubbles, then silence as lungs fill with smoke. You know the choice that lies in front of you. Oh! This is the minor collapse. I'm safe scumming these, because I want to see what happens if you change them. I'm gonna say not this time, because I believe that the tragedy has to happen in order for us to get here. You take your daughter's hand. You look into her eyes. They're green, like yours. You don't want to do it this time. You stare out over the hills together as the plume of smoke rises into the air. But you can't hear the screams from here. You assume you will die one day, like everyone else. After all, you're long past due. Maybe you'll be lucky enough to get to know your grandchildren before you go. Then the man comes, and with him a vision. He's already decided he's bringing something here. Something ravenous that doesn't belong. But that has been pressing at the edges of your world, trying to find a way in. It has its way now, whether you help him or not. More of the thread you followed comes into focus, and for the first time, you follow it beyond your death. Disaster after disaster, crisis after crisis, thousands of years of little cuts that you weren't there to mend. On and on it goes, longer than you've ever hoped to follow, its toll eternal and incalculable. But there is a new thread too. If you're patient enough, if you're strong enough, the moment finally comes. If you do everything right, you can devour this thing that sits outside the world, and it will give you so much power you will never have to take back a daughter again. You could fix as many things as you'd like to fix. Floods, plagues, wars, kings. You look into her green eyes, much like yours. Ooh. Oh, that's creepy. But also really cool. Am I supposed to be able to separate it farther than that? Okay. Because my mouse was in the middle of the screen, so that could be it. Ooh. Take her back and summon the entity into the... Oh, it does it on all of them? A world without you there is to guide it. Make no cuts. To the way through it, you making no changes and correctly get to where we're at. You welcome her back as you have. With every daughter before her, and you help the man. He's arrogant. He cheats the thing from another world in every way he can. He wastes your time. There will have to be more daughters before the day comes that this will be over. But days and daughters come and go, and you are very patient. You have to be. If you're to stop the hurt that would scar a world without you there to guide it. And now, you're here, on the cusp of the end, the final daughter. Kanika! What are you doing here? Are you real? No! Excuse me, I'm so sorry. No, it doesn't matter. I don't care if you're a dream or not. I've already made a decision anyways. Don't bother trying to talk me out of it. I finally have a real purpose, and now I know what that purpose has always been. I can't go back, or it would hang over me for the rest of my stupid small life. What decision? Did you not go through that whole life story thing? Was that just me? Look, I'm going to do what I was born to do. I'm going to save lives, Bunny. More than just people could in a lifetime. Everyone out there forgot about you, Kanika. It was like you didn't exist. That's okay. It's part of all this. I'm surprised you were able to remember. It's kind of nice to think even one person might remember me when I'm gone. But it's okay if you forget. Once it's all said and done, I don't need to be remembered. I forgot you. I can't believe it. All day, it's like you didn't exist. It's okay. It's part of all this. Soon enough, you can go back to forgetting. And it'll be like this never happened. You won't even know to be upset about it. How do we know any of this that really happened? Doubt all you want, but I'm not taking that chance. If I turn back now, I'll know everything my mom could have stopped will be my fault. What exactly is she trying to prevent? Do you even know? That thing that Enoch brought here? Whatever it is. Breaking out, causing havoc, and all those disasters my mom would have been able to stop if she takes its power for herself. I'm so much smaller than all of that, but in this moment, I can be what stops it. I can be big enough. My life can be meaningful. Ooh. Thank you for saving us. Thank you. I'm glad you get it. I don't want you to die, but I don't think I have an option. And I know there was an option that said, right there, I saw it, that said, you don't have to do this, but I'm pretty sure it would have just pissed her off. I'm actually kind of excited. I don't really know what's going to happen next. I just know I'm where I'm supposed to be. Did you tell her not to? My wife. Did you try to stop her? Or stop them? Oh, my run has been very chaotic and fucked up. Pixie, did you try to stop Kanika? I did successfully save her, but not everyone is the same, and that's okay. Yeah, it's okay. Eventually, like I said, I will 100% this game. But I'm kind of waiting to do that until... until the whole game is released, and then I'll 100% the game. Because then, like, once the whole game is... Let me count the people I witnessed die on my hand. You're really very facing this with so little fear. Thank you for doing this on behalf of everyone who won't. What do you think it'll be like? The world hasn't been fair to you at all. I'm so sorry. I don't see it that way. I have a chance to change the future. Also, almost nobody gets to know they're going to make so much difference. Did they give her a new outfit? This is a different outfit, isn't it? Is there a way to, like... Oh, that advanced it. That's not what I wanted to do. Is she in pants? Are they in pants? Or was it a skirt? I bet it's pants. Even if no one remember what I did. Thanks for coming to say goodbye, by the way. It's nice having somebody to say goodbye to. I wonder if that means you'll remember me, even though everyone is supposed to forget. I think I'd like that. For a second, you struggled to remember why you were here. There is something important happening, or someone important you had to find. Oh, that's right, you were looking for Carmilla. What? Missing achievement data. Forgot somebody forever. Bunny, I'm so glad you were able to find your way here. I was worried everyone had forgotten about me. I don't know how long I've been stuck here. Who? I hope it's not too late. We need to get back to town. We have to help Stella and Tabitha and everyone else. But before that... She wrapped her arms around you, pulling you into a hug. She smells like herbal smoke, pine needles, and the vaguest undercurrent of coconut. This is a comforting smell. It reminds you of something when she pulls away. You find yourself missing it. Wish she could keep chasing those half-forgotten dreams. But they're only dreams. Is this our mom? Is this mom? Thank you, Bunny, for caring enough to come and save me. Of course you cared. After all, the two of you spent all of yesterday looking for Stella together, even though you've only known each other a few scant days. It was only right that you came looking for her when she needed your help. What? Huh? That was me and Kanik. Huh? Oh! It's who they turn into. It's the original person. That makes sense. I don't know what I would have done without you. Now let's get out of here before we both get sucked back into the dream. What did I come to save you from? Yeah. This place, it took me out of the world, trying to isolate me, to erase me. What, was there someone else here? Those figures, the ones that were dancing around throughout the illusions. All of this is meant to confuse us. Don't let it make you doubt reality. You and I are alone here. Everything else is a dream. How do we leave? Take my hand. Okay. Not the original, just the next version. Makes sense. Her hand finds yours, her grip light and delicate. Now that we're together, the illusion can't hold us here anymore. Let's go home. You tug gently, and the world shifts nauseatingly around you. That sounded gross. It feels like you're being... upward... I'm not even gonna try. Buoyed. Wow, Jesus Christ. Upwards. Ascending rapidly, the dream rushing away like water down a drain until finally you suffice. I can't speak words. We're in a ditch. You're outside. It's raining. You have no idea where you are. Tulip. Janie? Actually finished... Whoa! Actually finished episode 5. Finished episode 5 with Street Smart. Finished episode 5 with Hot. This is the end of episode 5. Only one major content update remains until the story reaches its conclusion in the final chapters. Stay tuned for updates on the final release by joining our Discord, following us on social media, and signing up for our newsletter. If you'd like to carry out your progress over the final chapters, please save your game now. We're saving. We are overwriting this. Alright. So, with that being said, it says continue. And it's going to take us to the credits. We are going to go... I want to see what happens. So, my goat, the pastor. I love that guy. I've only seen him once. We're going to go to here. And I want to see what happens if we say no. Oh, no, I want to load. Whoops, load. Loading this will save unsaved progress. I sure want to do this. Yes. So, let her go. Give up on the city. I want to see what happens. Also, OC Pulse, please, yes, go ahead and tell me what happened with Wreath on your run. Your daughter leaves you, you resign yourself to the future. So she's the first one to die, the streets flood with disease, the bodies are buried, then burned, then left in heaps on the streets until no one is left to remember any of their names. But that's not how it happened. Oh! You have to. Okay, that's cool. Okay. So, we'll skip this. Yep, boop, boop, skip this. We did all this. This one. Yep, skipping. I'm not gonna read them all again, because same thing. Let her be free and plunge the land into generations of war. Okay. Thousands suffer, countless... Okay, so after he transformed and killed his mom... Oh, I gave him a hug later on Wayne. Basically grabbed me to the other side of the estate and some ritual-looking stuff. Looked like it was going to go on, probably going to sacrifice me. I told him about it, and he assumed my cousin was going to kill me or something, so he went out of his way, ran into the forest and the mines, and tried to kill my cousin. Too bad, she shot him in the chest and then hit. Oh, shit! Damn! Okay. That's crazy shit. That's cool as shit. Bum, 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 bum. Time to rest. Aren't you tired? Can't let it end like this is part of... Oh, okay. Cool. Okay, so yeah, I do... That is interesting how it forces you. It's like, no. Not this time. Oh, I did that. Fuck, I did that wrong. Hold up, I did that wrong. Shit. Shit. Okay. Hold up. I gotta do these all wrong. No. Load. I gotta do them all wrong. Okay, so let her go get in the city. Skip. Decision. Skip. I want to do them all wrong. Because nothing's changed. It bases you to do the same thing. Let her be free. Take her back. Okay, and then we do this one. It's time to rest. I'm tired. Oh, man. I am fast clicking through these. Okay. Yep. Okay. Take her back. So I'm not sure if my boyfriend is dead. Side note, I yelled at her that she shot my boyfriend after she looked at me and just allowed the cops to arrest me. Ah! I see. Ah, okay. So, yeah. Is an achievement for doing all these wrong. Oh, there's one more I have to do wrong. This is just really cool. Oh, there is no achievement for that. Okay. That's kind of... I wish there was an achievement for that. Makes sense if there's not, though. What am I missing? Let's go to the chit-chat screen while I look at this. But yeah, so I know I'm not sure how he was able to walk off a gunshot, and half of this I'm missing. I mean, Wayne exists. So... I'm looking to see if there's anything about episode 5. Specifically. They're both weird, but yeah, monster. I'm a huge advocate of monster fucking, so we don't kink shame here. Yeah, but also when I looked at his design and even the way he was described and how his mom just said, oh yeah, he just kind of happened. He reminds me a bit of a Lovecraft character. A lot of this feels like it's kind of like, not based off, but like they pull inspiration from Lovecraftian horror and Eldritch, I can't talk, horror. I am not sure who that is. I'm gonna be real honest. I haven't read a lot of Lovecraft. Didn't we go to the cops? Why don't I have... Oh, I bet you these two, the Back to Basics, turn to a YouTuber in an hour of need, and the police are here to help. Go to the cops in your hour of need. I bet you that only comes if you go to those people in episode 5. An elder and an elder being to help destroy the humanity by opening up a portal so the Lovecraftian can be destroyed humanity. Oh, okay. There's 54 hidden achievements. I will 100% this game when I eventually the whole game's out. I think I might like make a thing about doing that. But oh my god, that was a thrill and a half. Okay. That makes sense. I was right, sort of. Kind of. And that's crazy. That, first of all, the episode starts off with I get 2 monster fucking romantic scenes back to back. Hell yeah. Still don't understand how that was just a kiss in quotation marks. But, you know, whatever. The the ending is a little mindfucky, but in like a good way. I think it was really cool how they did this. I think it was really cool how they did it. However, I am at 2 hours, almost 3 hours. I am tired. It was a good stream. Oh my god. I am definitely excited to I'm not making any promises. But I am definitely down to play around, maybe do like a poll day where like I get a whole bunch of you guys in here and we do like a community save and like we run polls on them. I would be down for something like that. I might throw that around the Discord server. I have a Discord server. Unless weather permits or a family event happens, I do stream Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Sometimes I take a break day. And yeah, the last 2 chapters are fairly far off. It was about a year to get to this one, and I think it was 2 years between 3 and 4. And then we're gonna get 2 chapters when things release. So it's fairly far off. I don't think they've even like given an estimation on when they want it to be completed, at all, and I don't expect them to. Again, they deserve a break. So I'm definitely down to get the saves up to chapter 5. And I definitely think doing 1 or 2 of those as a community save, where like we pick the traits and then we pick the different things. I think that'd be fun. I think that would be fun. We run different polls and things like that. It would definitely be something that I would schedule probably to do more later in the evening. So I would take a day off of work and I would do work on a day that I don't normally work. I'd switch my off days for work. Just so people could be here, because I know like people work on like I stream usually in like the early afternoon, and like some people are at work and things like that. So putting it forward towards evening so people could be around for that, I think it'd be fun. But yeah, that was a crazy. That needs more hype than I think it's getting. But I appreciate everyone coming to watch. I appreciate our new followers. I appreciate everything. There's been so much happening in the last couple weeks. Go for it. That it was kind of nice to get to sit down and just. It's a game that like there's choices, but like there's not really choices. It's more reading. It's more narrative style. Oh, that's cool. He has an ability. I bet you it's probably Key9 because it seems like a pastor thing. Being very spiritual, having a mystical ability. But I definitely want to play around with this game a little more. But yeah. That's fair. I appreciate that. Because while like I like to hear about like people's runs and things like that, I also like to keep it a little not spoilery, so I'm not trying to like find my path there. And kind of letting the game take me where it wants to go. But yeah, it's crazy. This was crazy. It's just not hyped up enough. I feel like the game's just not. I feel like the game needs more attention than it's getting. It is so good, and it's done by like 2 people. Same thing goes for the Hollow Knight and Hollow. Why can't I think of the new one? That Silksong. Okay. Yes, Team Cherry. It's by Team Cherry and Black Tabby Games. Like they're so small teams, and they make these great games. And like Silksong and Hollow Knight are getting this big, huge push, and like the indie studios are just so they're so deserving of attention, and they're not getting it. And as much as I also like some more AAA games and the branding for them and the things like that, it's not that I think we should have less AAA games. I think we should give spotlight to more indie games, because this is a game that is crazy good. And you know, yeah, coding is crazy hard, but maybe someday. And you could, until then, you could write out the story if you wanted to, and do it as like a the find your own adventure stories, where you're like A, and then like it links up. There's probably also like a choices, like you click it and then it sends you to the next one. Like you hyperlink. That'd be like a minimal, like not coding, but like linking. That'd be cool. I used to do those. Unquotive! I aged myself there. Alright, with that being said, I am gonna take off for the night. I'm gonna go vibe. Yeah, Renpai isn't too bad unless you want to get complex with it, so maybe you'll have to take a short, simple one to be proactive. But yeah, I'm gonna head out for the night. I thank you guys so much for hanging out. Please feel free to come by the next stream on Wednesday. Without that being said, I hope you guys have a great night. No raid tonight because I want to go and not put headphones in. So, or like listen to anyone talk. So I'm not gonna raid. So have a good night. I hope everyone enjoys the night. Enjoy your weekend. I will see you guys all here on Wednesday. Maybe you'll see Pixie and I on Thursday. We'll see. But yeah. Have a great night, guys. Bye. Thank you so much for hanging out, and thank you for playing the game with me. Goodbye.